Hello, hello, hello. What is going on, everybody? Hope everyone's having a fantastic day today. What's going on, everybody? Um, yeah, we are getting ready for day 15 as of right now. A week and a day of free agency. 2 weeks and a day of free agency. How about that? Appreciate everybody being here. Looks like the Eagles have went to Sam Howell. Sorry, Sam Howell's pro day today. So Eagles still looking at quarterbacks as of right now. Still looking at quarterbacks. See what they're doing there. I know that Brian Johnson and I think Shane Steichen is there too, with a few more scouts as well. What's going on, chat? What's going on, guys? Man, it's crazy. What's going on, Fred? Donnie, what's going on? Where are you hiding? Burgang, what's going on, man? Prime time, Stephen Joyce, what's going on, bro? Maverick says Will Smith should be arrested. Robbie, what's going on, man? We got Chris R, what's going on? Philly's Fonts, what's going on, man? Burgang says, I thought you already had one. Maybe you didn't have one. Let me put the chat up on my phone quick. I usually always forget to do this real fast. All right, we're good. Let me just make sure we're good. We're good to go. Yeah, last night was kind of nuts at the Oscars. Kind of crazy last night. I thought it was fake, but it's not. But crazy night last night. Yo, Ron, what's going on? MJ, what's going on? What's going on, guys? Chris Hars, let's get the likes up as you come and hit the like button. 2 weeks straight of daily streams. 2 weeks, bro. Something I've never done on this channel, being in here for 2 straight weeks. It's kind of crazy, right? And on top of everything else, the channel just hit over 16,000 subscribers, which is awesome. So I thank all you guys. I thank all you guys for that. We just hit, I think, middle last night, which I really don't talk about subscribers at all because it's not. I don't really care about it, but I haven't really looked at it in a while. So, anything else going on with the Philadelphia Eagles as of right now, with a few free agents that are still left? We'll see. But like I said, it's definitely kind of dead right now. You're going through your third, fourth wave of free agency now. Whoever's left is Howie trying to make some type of trade. I don't know how he hasn't got this offense, at least try to get this offense better, in my opinion. Sometimes it's just a little concerning. You know what I mean? Yo, Elliot Petoskey, what's going on, man? How you doing, bro? You doing good? Mark said somebody need to do that to our Woodsucker says, yo, Joey, love the streams. Can't wait for the draft. Dude, me and you both, man. The draft's going to be lit, dude. The draft's going to be lit. Brilliant live streamer now. Congrats. Ryan says, who do you want Philadelphia to sign in free agency? I'm kind of done with free agency, bro. I'm just saying, I'm kind of done with it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't really want to go get Devontae Parker. I really don't even want to get, I don't know, the Stephon Gilmore thing. Like, I feel like there's just too much of a bargain for him right now. I mean, there's too much interest between KC, the Raiders, and the Eagles are now in this now. I mean, I don't know how far they're going to be in these talks because I think it's just going to be way too much. I just think it's going to be too much at the end of the day. So, it is what it is. We got a new member for the Shake Squad Army, Primetime Stephen Joyce. Appreciate it very much, man, as a Shake Squad soldier tier. Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much, man. Like I said, I have memberships up in the pinned comment description below for extra content. If you guys want it, there's always extra content that is available. So much love to everybody. Karen says, Joey Shakes, I swear to God, I'm going to pull Will Smith at the Oscars or Howie Roseman if he does something stupid with these picks. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what they're doing. They're still looking at quarterbacks right now. They're at Sam Howell's pro day today. So, It's crazy. So the only big news we got was Will Smith's mom got scared and now has told him he's moving with his auntie and uncle in Bel Air. Dynasty, imagine it. Wagner's apparently going to 10 to 12. Yeah, dude, he's still deciding between going back to the Seahawks or playing for Baltimore right now. I mean, he's gonna get a good amount of money. He's gonna get a good amount of money. You know, he's at the top of the ladder of his career now, so you know the end of the ladder almost, and trying to get as much money as he possibly can. So I get it. Yo, Jason, what's going on, man? Alex is doing well. Can you help me with the essay? Yeah, I haven't done essays in a long time. Long time. Cody says Will Smith should smack Howie for signing Barnett again. That is definitely true. I mean, that signing really just, I don't get it. You guys know that he's had 25 plus penalties in his whole career. I mean, that's crazy. In 4 years, he's had 25 plus penalties. I mean, that's crazy. That's crazy. It's nuts. Jason Cool says we most draft Bruce Young. Oh, Bryce Young next year. Philly Fine says Sauce Gardner, Jordan Davis, and Garrett Wilson would be the best draft picks for us. As long as they draft a defensive tackle, I'm totally fine with it. You know what I mean? I wanted them to draft a defensive tackle really bad. So, I refresh this. When's the last name you hit the strip club, Joey? I've never been to a strip club in my life. I think I almost went to a strip club a couple of times when I was in college, but I was so busy between football and just studying in general. I had a bunch of guys I used to go. I never did. Brian said, I like Kaiser White pickup. Yeah, I mean, there was actually an interview for Stanley, the head coach for the Chargers. He said that he's just got a lot of toughness. And a lot of the fans were pissed off at Kaiser White leaving. Fans were not happy with Kaiser White leaving. They thought Kaiser White would come back. I mean, I don't know why Kaiser White didn't go back to LA, but maybe he wanted to, kind of mark his own stamp somewhere else, and take his talents elsewhere to make another team better. I don't know what the case was with Kaiser White, but like I said, he's not a Hall of Fame, linebacker, but he's really solid. I'm telling you, we got a really good, solid player out of him. I mean, we're lucky we did. This might excuse us from drafting a linebacker in the first round, most likely. So we'll see when the time comes, though. Jason Kuz says, we most draft Bryce Young next. Ron says, I'd still grab Jabril Peppers if he's coming off an ACL, but I signed him to something short and cheap. I'd take it. Still think he's an upgrade to our secondary. Yeah, I mean, because we have nobody there right now. I mean, we have nobody there. I mean, you have Anthony Harris back. Who knows what this next move is going to be at safety? I don't know what's going to be the next move at safety. I don't think it's Marcus Epps is ready to play, to jump into that spot. I don't think so. Marcus Epps is a role-playing guy at the, third safety as of right now, so I doubt it. You know what I mean? Andro says Chris Rock takes hits like he should be considered for a backup QB role. Oh, my God. Robbie says Baltimore's D will be nuts. Yeah. And look at the Chargers. Their defense this year is going to be even more crazy, and they're Super Bowl contenders as well. So look out for the Chargers, too. Another under-the-radar team. So no news, man. No news, Brandon. Evan says Eagles defense should be a lot better. Yeah. I mean, yeah. That's why I think Gannon's going to be on the hot seat this year. It should be. Jacob says, I'm done with free agency. I just want to see who we draft at this point. Yeah, I don't know. All I'm looking for is maybe one more signing. But at this point, I'm fine. I'm not really interested in much else in free agency right now. And I'm kind of looking for some type of trade. You know what I mean? Really, after Calvin, they never even attempted really any more trades as of right now. Brandon says, why or Davis? Who do you want more? I want Jordan Davis. That's just me. Why I do like too, just because he can move from defensive tackle to defensive end. You can move him around. But with Jordan Davis, I just want someone that's going to annihilate double teams, annihilate whoever's in front of him. Davis at 6'6", 340 pounds. That's every team was salivating over that player. Chad says, I don't know why, but I always thought Devontae Parker should be freaking Philly. Do you think they need more linebacker help or over safety? I'd like to see them draft both positions. I think it's both, dude. They need guys at both positions, regardless. Just because you get one guy in Kaiser White doesn't mean they're set at linebacker. They have to add another linebacker. I don't care going to the second round and get Christian Harris if that's even the case. You know what I mean? They have to add more talent. It's just not enough. Hawk 215. Where was Will Smith when Jada was eating? That is true, though. That is true. 100% true on that. I think he was from the area. Robbie says plenty of DTs around too. Travis Jones, Winfrey, Mathis Hall, both likely. Yeah, but dude, they're not waiting that long. They're not taking that long. You know what I mean? Jason says, I really just want Howie to make a good pick. I'm hoping defense in the first round. Where you hiding? So I still think that we still need a draft. No, I definitely I think it just excuses the Eagles from not getting a linebacker in the first round. That's pretty much all I'm saying. I think it just excuses them from getting one in the first round. It's really all I'm saying at the end of the day. I mean, that's really it. That's all I'm kind of saying about it. I'm not going crazy about it. You know what I mean? Let me just put the stream up on here so we're good here. So see what's going on. All right, we're good now. Just want to make sure that we're not lost here because that's how I am. I'm always lost every single day. Mitch says, Joey, you don't you ever take a break? I took a short. I actually yesterday I didn't do much of anything. I did a short stream yesterday for like maybe an hour and a half to 2 hours, not even. So I really didn't stream that long. I didn't stream my normal 3 to 4 hours yesterday, and I took off the rest of the day yesterday because it was Sunday. So Steve says 2 under the radar later picks. I would like look at Sterling Weatherford, Noah Ellis both could have in the 4th and 5th round. Evan says I think we should draft Jalen Petre. Parabus says we should draft cornerback, strong safety, and wide receiver first round. Cornerback, strong safety, and wide receiver. They have to draft defensive line, bro. They got to draft defensive line. There's no way they're going past that without a defensive lineman. Craig says we should ask Denver the price for Jerry Jeudy. With what they're building so far, Russell Wilson in the building, I don't think they're getting rid of anybody. Because really at the end of the day, all it's going to do is you get rid of Jerry Jeudy, they're losing a player. Evan says Terrell Owens would be really good. Yeah, I think Terrell Owens is like a high ceiling player. He just needs some coaching. I mean, he just needs some coaching, really. So, Guy says, I doubt we're going to improve such at all this season. I mean, we should improve defensively. Offensively, I don't know what's going to happen. It just depends on Shane Steichen, the coordinator, and it obviously depends on our quarterback. I mean, some people were in my comment section the other day, and they're kind of saying, well, the Eagles got Zach Pascal. Like, that's, we got better. I'm like, yeah, we got better, but he's only going to make us so much better, as a number 3 to a number 4 receiver as of right now. So I get it. Hawk says, as a Cowboys fan, we took a step down. Eagles are in very good hands with 3 first round. Yeah, I mean, look, it really depends on how we make our picks. You know what I mean? And with the Cowboys, I think they do take a step back, but it just depends on, now these contracts are starting to boil over now. You lost Randall Gregory. CeeDee Lamb is the number 1 receiver now. You know what I mean? It's just, I think the Cowboys have taken some hits on that roster. I think last year was supposed to be the year for the Cowboys, but a lot of changes. Not saying that the Cowboys are going to be bad this year, but less likely to, win a championship or, I don't know. The East is definitely up in the air right now. I think with Washington, they got better with Carson Wentz, whether anyone wants to admit it or not. They did. They already have a good roster offensively. Thank God Russell Wilson didn't come to the East because then I would be crapping my pants right now. It is what it is. Where you hiding says, is it possible scheme can still fail with spectacular players? I have a feeling the Texans not taking him going to haunt us. Dude, I believe in well, look at the Jets did a few years ago. They went on a free agency frenzy and they had a good roster on paper offensively and defensively, but they had bad coaching. You know what I mean? So it doesn't matter. It looks good when you're signing all these guys or you have $70 to $100 million in cap space to spend. You know what I mean? It's easier to do that. But at the same time, it doesn't mean everything. It's a lot more than that. Daniel Hall says, if I hear anybody else bring up any more people claiming to be Eagles fans saying they need another QB every other day, no stir up the fire, then I'm going to have to take a page out of Adam Knight says, you like the Jalen Petre corner safety? I think we grab him in the second and make him into a safety. I know he can play both positions. He is a late second round pick in my opinion. So they can go get Brisker at safety as well if they really want to. I've been a big fan of Brisker in the second round if that's where they want to go. GG Meta, what's going on, man? How you doing, bro? Lawrence D says, top of the morning. Top of the morning, Lawrence. John, what's going on, man? Gunnar Watts says, Gilmore and Honey Badger, what's your thoughts? Gilmore isn't right now. Gilmore, there's way too much. This market is too hot right now, and teams are like, this guy was hurt last year, bro. Just sign Steven Nelson. Like, why are the Eagles even in this right now? To draft an over 30-year-old corner right now. I mean, look, you get just bring Steven Nelson back. I don't get what's the infatuation with getting Stephon Gilmore for a short amount of time. Like, I just don't get it. I don't get it because everyone thinks like our secondary was the problem last year, and it wasn't. It was our strong suit last year, but they're gonna pick on a corner. If they're gonna pick on anybody, it's gonna be Steven Nelson, whoever's opposite of Slay, because they're not gonna want to throw Slay's way. That's the issue. That's the problem that they're having right now. Brad says, if Kyle Hamilton or Sauce Gardner falls between 10 and 12, who are you trading up for? I don't know. That's a tough one. I don't want to pass on Kyle Hamilton if he makes it like 7 to 10. I don't want to pass on him at all. That's the issue. I really don't want to pass on him. Robert says Eagles could easily wait until day 2 for a defensive tackle. It's no guarantee that they draft. I think it's a guarantee they'll draft one round 1. I think so. I mean, Fletcher Cox is a free agent, Javon Hargrave is a free agent after this year. There's no way that they're not going after one. Plus, they brought in their first 2 pre-draft visits for 2 defensive tackles starting for Georgia this year. So I'm not saying that the pre-draft visits kind of make up for it. They don't, but it definitely helps their, where they're going. And Howie Roseman's top priority. If you guys remember, Howie Roseman did say in this past offseason, top priority, okay, is getting to the quarterback. So they're definitely going defensive line in the first round with one of those picks. 100%. Definitely 100%. Marina Sand says, don't want a player that plays less than 40% snaps and never touches the quarterback like William Perry. He will eat himself out of the league quickly. Gary L says, there's no trade in the works. Howie is waiting for the draft. We'll see, man. I wouldn't put it past him, though, that he's at least trying to do something. GG Miss, I hope you were right about Debo availability for trade. He would be the perfect fit for our offense. Look, the video I made the other day was really based off of like the Jets knowing more than what we do because the Eagles don't like showing their hand in certain situations. The Jets are trying to trade for a wide receiver. So I'm trying to find out from them who's really available right now. Is Debo Samuel available? I mean, and like, look, guys, these are long shot trades, but at least to know like, are there actual receivers available? DK Metcalf might be available. Debo's available. A.J. Brown could be available. And then A.J. Brown had that cryptic tweet the day before saying it's out of my hands or something like that. And then everybody's flipping out, and people think they're not going to get a deal done for A.J. Brown, which they really need to. You know what I mean? So just depends. Jay says, any Eagles news yet? There's nothing right now. No. Nothing right now. Robert said, if the Steelers couldn't coach up Edmonds, why in the world do people think Gannon can? I don't know. It couldn't be Gannon. It could be the safety coach for the Eagles. I mean, look, I think even Marcus Epps played pretty well this year. You know what I mean? So, Ron says, Joey, is it alarming to you that Trevon Walker had an outstanding combine but only 6 sacks for the season besides Jordan Davis? Yeah, what I don't get is, look, like, I thought his combine was better than Ojabo at the time, and I was like, his combine was too good. And Trevon Walker, like 6 sacks with that Georgia defensive line, to me, it's just he should have done more than that. Should have done a lot more than that. Only 6 sacks with Jordan Davis and Devontae Wyatt. I don't know how you only get 6 sacks. So I don't know where Trevon Walker is going to land, but I don't know. I'm kind of like a pass opportunity with him, that early. I feel like there's just something there that's not right with it. So Jay says, let's get Parker. No, Devontae Parker, dude. I'm just not wasting a draft pick to go acquire him for him to get hurt again. I don't trust his health, period. I mean, he had a good season since 2019. He had like over 1,100 yards and hasn't done really. I mean, look, he missed 10 games that last year and had over 500 yards. I mean, that's not bad for missing 10 games, but still, he missed 10 games. You know what I mean? He's always like, this was like, so many of these free agents are like such 4 to 5 years ago type moves that like Devontae Parker 4 or 5 years ago, I would definitely have wanted him. You know what I mean? Like, he was good. Like, I think he's still good, but like I said, he just can't stay healthy. That's the big problem as of right now. So I get it. Hogan, he says Garrett Wilson or Chris Olave. I like Garrett Wilson. Yeah, he says it's Kaiser White on insider. I think he's outside. Linebacker. Mario Messiah said if Howie doesn't trade a first-round pick, send Will Smith to the war. Oh, my God. Jetty says if we need a new defensive offensive coordinator, they're not aggressive enough. No, I mean, well, they might not. Look, we haven't changed anything with our coaching staff this year. I think after this year, if this is Jalen Hurts' last year and, they don't want to change. They don't want to change any coaches around our offense or our defense right now. They don't want to change any coaches. After one more year, I think they will change some guys. I think they'll change some. I think some players will get, changed around. Some coaches will get changed around. I think they want to keep everything intact for Jalen Hurts and the rest of this team as of right now. So, we'll see. We'll see what happens. King says Joey Shakes out here. Thuggin, he will not miss an Eagles roster move. No, never. And if I miss something, then it's going to be like I'll make a video maybe 45 minutes later, like if I actually miss something. Brett says thoughts on trading up 15 and our second might even tempt the Giants at 7. You got to go past them. You have to at least trade for Carolina at 6. I think they're definitely trade up candidates unless they're not going after a quarterback this year. I have no idea. I don't know. You're not trading with a rival. It's not happening. After what we did to them last year, I don't think that's happening, bro. Sorry to say. Craig said, did Zach Ertz sign with any team? Yeah, he got a big deal. He got another deal with the Cardinals. Good for him. He says, thanks, man. Peter says, question, if Sauce falls to 10, how much is it for the Eagles to go up to 10 in a second or is a second? I think they go after him now. I mean, if he falls to 10, I think they should just pull the trigger and get him. Think about it. You get Sauce Gardner and Big Play Slay to mentor him. I think that's perfect. I think it's absolutely perfect. We got super chat from David LeBron. What's going on, man? He says, do you think Howie signed some defensive first to see what picks he could give up for a wide receiver? I mean, look, yeah, probably. I mean, you go into the first round, if they want to go receiver in the second round, they can't. I feel like they're still going to draft a receiver. But all I'm saying is this. I think they will actually go after defensive tackle in the first round as of right now. I don't think they're waiting on a defensive tackle in the second round. They're getting a top name this year in the draft, 100%. I think that's what they're doing. That is going to be the future piece next to Javon Hargrave when he gets resigned, most likely, as of right now. So, we'll see. Vince says, why would you double down defense tackle in the first when you have Cox, Hargrave, and Milton? Makes no sense. Dude, it's not doubling down, bro. Cox is not going to be here after this year. Javon Hargrave's not going to be here after this year if they don't re-sign him. Milton Williams is here obviously for another 3 years. But you need another defensive tackle with Cox being gone. Milton Williams isn't taking a spot next year. You need to get another piece in here next year. 100%. You need that next guy in here. When he says, talk all you want about Howie, he never would trade McCoy to Bills. Yeah. funny. Definitely not. Jesse Flores says, if they trade to 6, who would you pick? I'd pick Kyle Hamilton or Kayvon Thibodeau at that point. I'd be in on Kayvon Thibodeau or Kyle Hamilton. Right? If we're at 6, you're in perfect range for Kyle Hamilton and Kayvon. Greg Miller says we need a big, tall receiver, someone that can go up and get 50-50 balls like an Alshon Jeffrey. And look, you got Drake London in the draft. That's a big body receiver. Garrett Wilson, too, can go up and get the ball as well, man. Like, Garrett Wilson could do a lot. So, you know what I mean? We don't necessarily need that contested receiver. We just need a guy that gets open. You can have a big body and always get open. You know what I mean? So, Ron says, I really like we should go cornerback and linebacker in the first over getting a DT in the first. They could do that, too, but you don't get a top defensive tackle or this year, even a defensive lineman in general this year. Like, you got some free agents coming out next year. So Robert says if Eagles trade up, it's for a QB or D lineman. Yeah, I mean, most likely. Yeah, I think so. Chris Scott Shakes. Bottom line is we either trade for an elite wide receiver or we take one in the draft. I mean, yeah, and I don't know if they're going to trade for an elite wide receiver because they have to give up too much. I think they go after a wide receiver in the draft. They go between the first and second round, so I don't know. BJ says Davis and Garner and trade one perfect first round. Ron says I wouldn't be mad at cornerback and defensive tackle, though. I wouldn't either. Jonathan Curlo says draft order 15 Lloyd, linebacker 16 Davis, defensive tackle 19 Burks. I like it. You're able to get a linebacker, defensive tackle, and get Treylon Burks. I would love it. It just depends on, like I said, guys, they are not keeping their 3 first-round picks. It's not happening. As much as people think it's going to happen, it's not going to happen. I guarantee you, I'll bet you $100 right now. I bet everybody $100 in the stream right now that they're going to be not keeping their 3 first-round picks. They will trade back one of those picks. It's going to happen. 100%. And it probably will happen before the draft. Toro said if the Eagles trade up near the top 5, it'll be for a QB. I don't think they would value the other positions as much as trade up for that far QB. They would do it. It's a 50-50 shot right now. From what they're doing to this offense and what they're building around Hurts right now, they're not building anything around Hurts. It's just that's, what's kind of annoying right now. He says, you guys are insane. Davis is a monster. He's cocksued, but younger. Mayor Slate says, Joey, anybody disrespects Smitty getting Will Smith. Jake says, bet we get Tyler Linderbaum like he's Jason Kelsey replica and he's about to retire. FML says, I thought Hargrave got it. No, not yet. I mean, no, he never got an extension. We signed him for a 3-year deal, and that was it. I don't think he got an extension. Kerry Miller says, Joey, when is the QB Tyler Van Dyke coming out? I have no idea. John says, free agent, I would sign Gilmore. Depends how much you're going to get, dude. If he's going to cost over $20 million, there's really no point. I would sign Steven Nelson right now. There's really no point for that to even happen. Just saying. I think it's a waste of time. If it's up to me, I think it's a big waste of time as of right now. Deadmos Cards and Host says sit tight second and hope Brisker is there. One Hand says if they trade UP, I think it's for QB, and I don't want that. Jeffrey says biggest signing this offseason, Howie Roseman. That's definitely true. Torville says Wilson is the most complete wide receiver in the draft, in my opinion. Yeah, I think he's close to it, man. I think he's close to it. I'm excited for Garrett Wilson. I mean, he kind of put Nick and Howie on notice at that pro day. I mean, he really did. Eagles, favorite, Eagles growing up and always rooting for the team and having a football family and having Michael Vick as his favorite quarterback and all that great stuff. You know what I mean? I think that really, helped. Judge Flores says, I think they should re-sign Hargrave. Brett says, I need Jermaine Johnson to fall to us. His speed to power is nasty. Cody says, if we trade up to the top 6, there's a good chance it will be for a QB. Yo, Sue, what's going on? Show Enough says, yeah, Davis is a monster, but Wyatt is a better player. I would take either or, bro. I mean, I'm more of a Jordan Davis fan, but I like Wyatt too because he can move all over the line. I think his pass rush is obviously going to be better than Jordan Davis because, look, Davis, I don't know. Davis is more of a run stuffer to me than a pass rusher, but he can still pass rush. Even though he's in a 3-4 system, I don't care if he's a nose tackle. Like, that guy could be in a 4-3 system and take on anything comes his way. So, Mayor Slate says, I'd rather have Dax or Joseph at safety. They just as impactful. Ain't no safety worth trading up for the top 10 for. Craig Miller, Julio Jones on the market. I wouldn't touch it, bro. If it was 4 or 5 years ago, sure. Now, I'm not even a fan of it. Vincent says, I think we need cornerback, defensive end, and wide receiver in the first. JM says, how come we didn't sign Matthew at Clowney, Gilmore, or any other big names? Is that something you'd go after? I would have went after Clowney more than going after Derek Barnett. I would pay the Clowney a little bit more money than go after Derek Barnett because Clowney's numbers are there. He gets his numbers. Derek Barnett doesn't get his numbers at all. Oh, plus, speaking of numbers, we haven't seen that contract yet. Of course, with Kaiser White, we get the numbers not even 10, 15 minutes later on how much that deal is. They haven't released the numbers for Derek Barnett, and I have a feeling that they paid him $15 million for 2 years. I have a feeling they paid him a little bit over $7 million a year. Not even kidding. And I really hope not, but I hope that's not really the rumor right now of what actually happened. I hope we didn't pay him that much money. I really hope we didn't pay him that much money. Chris Scott said we need DT edge and linebacker in the first round. I like that. Torvald says the apocalypse will happen before Howie considers taking a linebacker in round 1. Shownote says, I don't see Howie drafting the QB early. Howie makes the unpopular moves, but not their desperate ones. Snoo says there's no QB worth drafting, let alone moving up for trade back for a first next year in case her doesn't work out. That's what I would do. Snoo said it perfectly. That's what I would do right now. Not even kidding. Ronnie Hunter says our first priority should be corner first, period. Rod John says, Joey, now you're speaking my language with the Hamilton. Well, yeah, if they move up in like top 6, yeah, I mean, they can go get Thibodeau or get Hamilton. I would get Thibodeau or Hamilton instantly. Boom. Like, I was a big Ojabo guy, but if, realistically, if they move into the top 7, getting Kayvon Thibodeau is definitely, I would do it in a heartbeat. You know what I'm saying? So, no problem with it. Chris Scott says, I do believe we'll definitely trade back in the first. Yeah, definitely. There's a lot of people in the chat say, oh, we're going to be using all 3 of our first. It's not going to happen. I'm telling you right now, it's not. But he says, happy Monday. Happy Monday to you. FMO says, also just grab Brisker in second. Dudes, it's just a big-time grab in corner and wide on first. Dude, I love Brisker a lot in the second round. I hope they get him in the second. If they don't have a safety by then and they want to go draft another guy, I'm totally fine with that. Totally fine with that. Benny says Eagles are looking to trade one of their 3 first-round picks for more picks this year or future picks. I hope they get a second-round pick for this year. That's what I'm hoping. If they can add another second-round pick this year, plus get the first-round pick for next year, they can get another starter on the field. They get another second-rounder. So, Mason says trade for draft capital next season. Get Stroud if Hurts doesn't work out. He just says, you think a Cox trade before trade deadline season is possible? No, I don't think so. I think he's here for the year. I think we need him for the year, and that's just the way it is. I think that's just what it's going to be, this year, and then he walks, and I think that's just the way it goes. Clark says, Joey, what's up, dude? Why haven't we signed Nelson? We were signing everyone up. Dude, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know why they're not signing Steven Nelson right now. There's no way that he says he's more money than Stephon Gilmore. That's obviously with 3 teams going after him now, including us. So to me, that makes absolutely no sense. Makes no sense to me right now at all. That's just how I'm thinking, kind of processing this whole friggin' thing right now. Chris Scott says, bold statement, Dax Hill will be another B-Dog and Stingley will be another Eric Allen. Dave says Smith, Wilson, and Metcalf. Yeah, that would look really good. That would look really nice. One hand says Garrett Wilson is insane ball. His hands, draft him, please. I'm a huge Garrett Wilson fan, so I would love for them to pick him up. Jonathan Crow says, would you trade up for a defensive end out of Oregon? Oh, Kayvon? Yeah, 100%. I would. That's only if they really have to. Depends how much it's going to cost getting into the top 6. You know what I mean? So I don't know if that's their main target for this draft. It really just depends. I don't know if that's their main guy. Big Ed says we need to tread our 19 back to additional picks, 15 Davis, 16 Wilson. Jared said, and the Eagles pick is a Kenny Pickett. Evan Mo's card says, sign Nelson, grab a wide receiver and Wyatt, a snag Brisker in second, done deal. We competing. Chris Scott says T. Burks will be the best wide receiver from this draft. Treylon Burks. I'm a huge Treylon Burks fan. I was a Treylon Burks fan before I became a Garrett Wilson fan. I like Treylon Burks. I think the tape shows a lot more than what he showed at the combine. I just think he could do a lot. So, yes, Eric says if we trade back and Treylon Burks is sitting there late first, we should get that guy. Rod Johnson says, hear me out. What would it be downside of signing Cap for a lowest comp for QB2 spot? Have you seen his workouts? Yeah, but it's a workout, bro. It's a workout. He hasn't played in a while. It's a workout with no pressure on him. I mean, it's just, he's just trying to get a tryout right now. Doesn't mean he's going to make a roster or he's going to make even for now, you have a 90-man roster that you go into camp with and see what you could do. But to me, I have no interest in signing Cap. I don't think we need him at all. To me, I just think it's a waste. It's a waste of time. So Sam says Will Smith been Angel says Clowney wouldn't sign here. Big D says Barnett is about as useful as dude flavored lollipop. Donnie says we're officially 1 month away from the draft. Time flies. Dude, April 28th, bro. We're good. April 28th, and we're in. I'm excited, man. It's gonna be an exciting few days. I mean, I'm pretty pumped for it. Sam says, will Hurts even get better? Will Hurts even get better? I'm hoping he does, man. I'm hoping he does. Mayor said, I feel like Davis' production are more of a second-round pick because if you draft him and you're getting a run stuffer, I hope he can get you 5 sacks. I think Wyatt more impactful. You could be right. I mean, you could be right, but we need to free up our defensive ends. If they're not going after edge rusher now because of the Derek Barnett move, then they need to free up these defensive ends too to get there. But do we have enough talent at defensive end? Josh Sweat, definitely. Derek Barnett's more of a rotational guy, down the road depth guy. Teron Jackson is a depth guy that's shown some flashes last year. So the defensive end room doesn't really impress me too much going into this year. Brandon Graham obviously coming off the Achilles, so you need to think about that too. Is he going to get better? I don't even care about his sack numbers. I just care about him being disruptive at the end of the day. You know what I mean? So that's all I care about. Mitra says, Devontae Wyatt is Jerome Brown 2.0, but I hope you're wrong about thus not keeping all 3 first-round picks. Well, we're not. We're not. I mean, we're not keeping all 3 first-round picks. It'd be stupid. Even if we had the quarterback of the future right now, I wouldn't even care. I wouldn't even keep all 3 first-round picks. Why not just get more picks for next year? I mean, it's not like we had 2 first-round picks and we're trading back 1. We have 3 of them, and we could trade back 1. Still have 2 first-rounders. Still have 2 first-rounders, and hopefully you trade that first-round pick, get a second-rounder for this year, and hopefully get 2 more starters in the second round. So I don't see why not. You know what I mean? I don't see why they wouldn't do that, or you know what I mean? Jerry says, in the Eagles selections, they chose the Philadelphia High Roseman. Wait, what? Big Ed said, why is everyone saying draft a receiver? You draft a receiver when you need one because your offense is stagnant. But truth be told, our QB is missing open reads and hold our wide receivers back. We should draft defense round 1. I think we will. I mean, I don't know. They can go for a wide receiver in the second round. I mean, it goes as deep as deep into the second round. So I'm not even worried about that much. Blue City says, hey, Joey, what's your opinion on Will Smith versus Chris Rock? I don't know. I understand from Will Smith's point of view, dude. Like Chris Rock, that's not the only time that Chris Rock talked about Jada Smith. That's not the first time he's talked crap about her on national television. That it's happened before on national television. Like you guys, maybe some of you guys don't know. You know what I mean? So it was just to a point where he just lost it, and that was it. So unfortunately, that's what happened. John says, you think Hurts is the guy? Yeah, or now say, no, he don't got it. I don't know. I really don't. It depends on him, how much better he gets going into year 3, and probably the offensive coordinator and designing play design, route combinations, really helping his quarterback out because this is the year for Jalen Hurts. I mean, this is it. Eagles always did better signing wide receivers in free agency than draft always. No, that's true. That's true. Mel says, my dream draft, grab Wilson Wyatt, trade back for first next season, and grab Brisker in the second. I would do that. I'd be fine with that. Torvald says, Howie's trying to use analytics to get Pickett's hands to grow. Chris Scott says, I would take Boy Matthew in the second round if we don't take 1 in the first round. Yeah, I wouldn't mind that either. That move's a good move, too. He said, what's your ideal draft for the first three rounds, trading picks included? If they trade back to 19, get a second for this year and a first for next year, I'll be totally fine if they got Jordan Davis, Devin Lloyd, and if they even got at this point, actually they could. I wouldn't mind doubling down on defensive end, defensive tackle, and getting a receiver in the first round, or getting a linebacker with a defensive end, a defensive tackle in the first round, going to the second round and getting a safety in Brisker if that's the case, or Kine or somebody like that. I'd be totally fine with that. You know what I mean? Let's see. Dave N says, would you ever consider taking Ojabo even though he is injured? I would take him in the second, third round. I would take him. A second round, I mean, I say second round, but to me, I just feel like it's too much of I get Sidney Jones vibes from it. I'd rather wait a whole nother round. If he's still there in the third, I would grab him instantly. But in the second, no, because I think second round picks are very valuable for the Eagles this year, especially at key positions. I definitely think so. Benny says, we got to understand the financial part of this first round pick. It's hard to pay first round. Imagine trying to pay 3. Look, if the Eagles will make it work at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. The cap is a shadow. The cap is stupid because if Howie Roseman really wants a guy, he'll get him. You know what I mean? And he'll fit him under the cap. I mean, he can make it happen. So I'm not worried about what the cap looks like right now going to the draft. With the draft, it doesn't matter to me. Marislate says, Big D, NFL comp, Washington, go Tyler. That's horrible. Chris Scott says, Burks ran 4.5. Debo ran 4.52. Watching both Burks and Debo on the field look like they run a 4.3. Yeah, that's why I say, like, Burks, I think his tape shows a lot more than what he did in that 40. I mean, that's what. It was a bad 40, but there's a lot of good receivers that come out in the NFL that run a 4.5. They don't even run a 4.4, 4.3. So that's just the case right now. Cody says, if we draft another receiver in the first, that'll be a record for GM. It will be Howie's fourth. Bennett says, perfect first 3 rounds would be a trade up for Kyle Hamilton with pick 15, 16 would be Davis, and then trade one of our first rounders in the second, Christian Harrison, George Pickens, Ojabo in the third. I wouldn't mind that either. That sounds really good too. I wouldn't mind that either. George says, here's what I would like to see what the Eagles get: Jordan Davis, George Pickens, and Stingley. I like those two. Stingley's going to be interesting. I want to see what his combine's going to. I mean, his pro day is, I think, is April 6th as of right now. I guess we'll find out what happens with that at his pro day. We have 296 in the chat. Much love to everybody that's in the chat right now. If you guys haven't subscribed to the channel. We cover the Eagles every day. Check out some of the content. Check out the memberships in the pinned comment for extra content as well. We just hit over 16,000 subscribers overnight. So I appreciate everybody for all the support. So we just hit that. And if you guys haven't, liked the stream, please like the stream. It does help out the channel a lot. I'll try to get the stream to 100 likes if we can. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming in and just hanging out. In the past 2 weeks and 1 day of free agency and just doing these live reactions. And obviously we're going to be having draft live streams as well, probably every day too. So we're going to be really busy. We're going to be really, really busy. So it's going to get kind of crazy as of right now. So appreciate everybody. Subscribe, like the stream. Love all you guys. Thank you so much. Jason Cool says, get a second this year, first next year. That's priority. Get 2 studs in the first. Trevor Ford said, I don't think we do anything further until the NFL draft. We'll see. I'm good with free agents right now. Like, I'm not even interested in wasting any money on anybody else. I mean, besides signing Steven Nelson or something like that, I mean, I'm not interested in doing anything else. I don't want to trade for Devontae Parker. Stephon Gilmore is a waste of time because he's going to get paid some good money coming off an injury last year, which I don't get why. Since Gilmore hasn't played good the past couple. His best season was a couple years ago. So, Mayor says, Joey, do you think we should draft a finishing starting tight end to have behind Dallas in rounds 4 to 7? I mean, they could if they don't value Jack Stahl, or if they don't value Tyron Jackson. Tyron Jackson coming off of an ACL injury right now. They could. I'm not, if it's late rounds, I'm fine with it. Early, like mid rounds, I don't want to draft a tight end. I kind of want to wait on it. I've been looking at offensive line. I'd be looking at running back in the mid rounds. That's what I'm kind of looking at. I would draft another running back this year badly. That's what I really want, just because you know what? At the end of the day, like Miles Sanders, I'm not thinking about an extension right now, and he has got to play his butt off this year. What did Kenneth Gainwell have? Like 8 touchdowns this year? I forgot how many touchdowns he had. So, Benny Boom says, I'm not feeling the defensive end situation and not knowing what BG Performance is going to be coming back from injury. We don't have a rusher that demands attention. I agree 100%. Like, you beef up defensive tackle. Like, we don't have that edge rusher that could free up the middle pass rush. So that's a little bit of a problem right now. Bringing back Derek Barnett didn't do anything, but could make us worse, could make us better. I don't know. But from how the road has been going with him, it's not looking too great. Anime the Black Live says, we use all 3 first-round picks. I'd take Ojabo in the second. It'll be worth it in late November. Aaron says, I'm a little nervous how small Dean is, considering that middle linebackers have to pick up tight ends cover occasionally. Carlos says, I hope the Philadelphia Eagles sign Devontae Parker. I really don't want Devontae Parker at all. I am not a fan of signing him. You have to trade for him anyway. To give up a draft pick for my sinuses are crazy every day. That's why I rub my nose constantly, because my sinuses, my allergies. He's hurt every year, dude. Like, what are you giving up for Devontae Parker? Sean says, Kirby Joseph is a must. Aside from Hamilton, Kirby looks like the next best coverage safety. Craig Miller says, why not wait? Why wait? DK Metcalf was injured and he was drafted in the 3rd round, and now he is like the top 5 receiver. I'm telling you, man, it's crazy. It's absolutely insane. Howie Roseman made an excuse for that, for not picking him too. I mean, they passed on him twice. So Dorville says, what Eagles are probably trading up for a QB this year. They aren't going to want to risk playing Hurts $30+ million a year on a new deal based on just one good season. I mean, look, if Hurts has a good year this year and it really shows that he's being consistent, it's a different story. But if he's making the same of the repetitive mistakes he has been making, you don't need statistics for this. You just need the eye test going into the season. That's all you really need. If he can't make these basic passes, if he can't throw in tight windows, if he can't throw to wide open guys, if he's missing, overthrowing, underthrowing, anticipation on guys, at the timing of where he could throw, then yeah, it's a different story. So Andrew says, how much do you think Atlanta would require to trade up from 15 if Hamilton slides to them? It's going to cost you a lot. It's going to cost you. Where are they? Where's Atlanta in the draft? I forgot. If they're like in top 6, it's going to cost a lot. I don't know where they are in this draft, actually. I'm not sure. Should have shown us. So that's why I don't want to trade up for Kyle, because he got a dude in the second that's just as good. Yo, Rock, what's going on, man? Snoo says, I haven't heard you talk about Kyle Linderbaum. How do you feel about drafting Kelsey's successor? I mean, look, I wouldn't put it past them. Like, I really wouldn't. If they drafted him, I couldn't really complain, because it's a need it's something we're gonna need after this year. We're gonna need a center. I'm not moving Landon Dickerson to center. I would rather move Isaac Seumalo to that position if that's the case. You know what I mean? But I'm afraid, I'm not a big fan of his pass protection. I like his run blocking a lot better with Isaac Seumalo. I would move, like I said, I wouldn't move Landon Dickerson. I'd keep him at left guard next to Jordan Mailata. That's what I want. So I don't know. I mean, they could do that. It would definitely help us in the future. Sean says, rumors calculating Stephon Diggs could be on the move. Yeah, I heard that too. I heard the Cowboys had interest in him too. So I don't know. I don't know. I heard he might. Bobby says, here you go. First 3 picks. Chris says, I saw a bunch of mock drafts and Hamilton falls to 8, which you trade up in the Falcons for a swap, 1st and 4th. All right, so they have the 8th pick. Yeah, I mean, if he gets between 7 to 10, I think you got to go up and grab him. So Steven Nelson had a really good season. I thought he had a solid season. I thought it was a great season. VH says, I'm starting to think Howie hasn't signed a receiver because he's looking for a QB. He's just suspicious of mine. Yeah, it could be it, but at the same time, you have a lot of receivers in this draft too. Plus, you want to pay $13 million a year for a receiver. I think Christian Kirk kind of stinted the market when he got paid $17 million a year for not even being a 1,000-yard receiver at this point. And he passed up on DJ Chark for 1 year for $10 million. So there were some affordable guys. Obviously, Allen Robinson was a good signing by the Rams. They didn't trade for Robert Woods for a 6th-round pick because he costed $14 million for the whole year. You know what I mean? So that was a problem. It's not even cost. I mean, I think, he's passing up on so many guys for a certain reason, and I don't know why he's doing it. Why is he not adding more than what he has with, you add Zach Pascal, but he's a number 3 to a number 4 receiver right now. For me, it's just, I don't believe that's the only move they should have did offensively. I don't think it's enough. Does if you just say like a star, I don't count. No, Pascal doesn't count. I mean, look, he definitely. I think he put JJ Arcega-Whiteside on the bubble as of right now, but yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure. Tim Craig says, I know we got 2 linebackers, but I still want Lloyd controlled. And we need to add another linebacker anyway, because even with Davion Taylor, he doesn't stay healthy. You know what I mean? When he stayed, I thought when we first saw, they kept 7 linebackers this past year, 2021, they kept 7 linebackers for a reason. They wanted to find the right combination of guys. I thought when they first found the right combination was Davion Taylor and it was TJ Edwards. TJ Edwards is on contract for another year after this year, so he is a free agent after the 2023 season. Thank God we have him for another 2 years. So we'll see what happens. They should add another body. Davion Taylor, I don't really trust his health too much, so they better do something with him. Mercy says, Andrew, Moran, Kyle, Stingley plays 2 different position, clown. Jones says, Cax, if we don't move up, I'd take Sauce or Kayvon. I'm good with Kirby at safety. Oh, he had 10. I thought he had 7 or 8 touchdowns. He had 10 or he had 7 or 8? I forgot I don't think he had 10. I think he had 7, 8 touchdowns last year. I mean, it's still great. I mean, it's still really good. You know what I mean? Sherford, it appears how he is penny pitching. I don't want to overpay anybody. However, he can't be cheap on certain positions. Wide receiver is one of them. Since we suck at drafting wide receivers, are absolutely have to pay market value. Parker isn't worth the 7. That's what I'm saying, dude. Like I would maybe pay a 6 for him, but still, like I wouldn't even trade for him. I'm not a fan of trading for Devontae Parker at all. Judas says Eagles need that number 2 tight end. Rodgers and Stahl aren't it. Well, Rodgers is a free agent. I mean, he only signs a 1-year deal. Like, yeah, Trey McBride's another guy you can get. The guy from UCLA is really good, but I don't know. We'll see. Yo, George, what's going on, man? How you doing, bro? Andrew says, who is the other tight end that got hurt last year? He looked promising. The ex-tight end from Buffalo. The ex-tight end from Buffalo. I don't get it. They got hurt last year. I mean, Tyree Jackson got hurt last year. I mean, Stahl didn't get hurt. I mean, I don't know. I don't know from Buffalo. Maybe I'm missing something here. Brandon says, Benny says, I feel like Nick is going to be different coach, especially with his play calling. I'm looking for him to take a huge step in the second year. Yeah, no, I mean, with Shane Steichen, yeah, definitely. 100%. Bobby says, Stephon Gilmore, why would they bring in Pascal? I don't know. I don't know. Because he was cheap and he's worked. I mean, look, Zach Pascal, I'm not crapping on that signing. It's a good signing, but it doesn't give much for me. I think with Zach Pascal, you're getting a guy that averages 600 to 700 yards under Nick Sirianni. So when Nick left as the offensive coordinator for the Colts and came the head coach here in Philadelphia, he was, he went down in production to 300 yards. So half his production was gone when Nick left. So he knows how to use them. Lowell says, Joey, happy Monday. What's going on, Loyal? Happy Monday too, bro. Bobby says London is going to be one of the picks and Lloyd. Torville says the Eagles have to set the bar low at wide receiver. Pascal is slightly better than J. Joel and Rager, but what is that really saying? It's not saying that much. It's really bad. John says J. Joe is the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre based on true event. Yeah, it is. It is. But not the whole thing is not true, but the somewhat watch the story of I forgot his name. Just type it on YouTube. Type in like the true story of Texas Chainsaw, and it'll tell you. I forgot what the guy's name was. But you gotta actually watch it. It's pretty good. Mayor Slate says, Joey, I love how Tyler was playing because our defense looked pretty good. Yeah, our defense looked pretty good. Steve says, why pay a shit ton for a wide receiver when you're a QB that can get him the ball? Even Smith is sicker. Smith is going to overboil what hurts, man. I'm telling you. Like Smith in that Tampa Bay game, getting the ball with 1:14 left on the clock. What number one receiver that gets the ball that late in a playoff game or any game in general? That's just insane. VJ says, you guys need to understand that we are most likely not drafting a linebacker in the first. No, probably not. I would say that we're not drafting a linebacker in the first round anymore. Fleon Lou, what's going on? It's going to be interesting what kind of offense we run next year. Sherman says, I would get either Peterson or Gilmore, move them to safety. This was a thing back in the 90s. You would think the way the league pressures more elite age corners would make this move. Andrew Mormon says, Tyree Jackson, who was I thinking of? I thought he looked like a solid two. Yeah, I mean, look, I think, he was just learning the tight end position last year, but, now he's coming off an ACL. So, hopefully he's back by training camp and we can see what he does, but it's unfortunate. It sucked. Like, it's kind of worrying me coming off that ACL now. So, I don't know. We'll see what happens. Tyree Jackson is, he's like 6'7", man. If this guy could become like a good number 2 guy, I mean, you have somebody here for a long time behind Dallas Goedert. Sherman says, we're around the league is how he has set a number at the position, won't pay a penny more. That's why we miss out on elite wide receivers. And obviously the draft is very deep at receiver too. So you got to think about that too. I understand with the draft it's different because you don't know if you're going to get a guy that's going to be proven. Okay. Like, these guys look good in the draft, but when you get a guy in free agency, that they're already recognized and he will help your franchise offensively. So that definitely makes sense. Trevor says, would you support trading up to top 10 picks for Sauce Gardner? If that's what they want to do, they brought Sauce Gardner on a pre-draft visit. So how much interest they have in him, they probably have a good amount. If they already had a pre-draft visit with him already. Sean said, if we had a QB, Howie believed we would have signed a good wide receiver or traded for one by now. Howie is, yeah, I feel like he's waiting, dude. I feel like he's waiting. That's all it is. Like, if he's not pulling the trigger on putting all these, like, a lot of good pieces around Jalen Hurts right now, could mean that he just wants Jalen Hurts to, he wants Jalen Hurts to show a little bit more. But wouldn't you help your quarterback, though? Wouldn't you put weapons around him if they believed in Jalen Hurts? That's the only, thing that really confuses me about all of this. That's pretty much what I'm saying. Bill says Bobby Wagner is looking for a 1 year, $11 million contract. The Rams are interested in him, but don't want to pay that much. Yeah, it's going to be expensive, man. Bobby says, who do you think they will take in the first 3 picks? I don't think they're using 3 picks, man. If they're going to use anybody, it could be defensive tackle, linebacker, defensive tackle, cornerback, defensive tackle, defensive end, defensive tackle, wide receiver. I think a defensive tackle is definitely going to be the name of the game in the first round. Wayne says we still need linebacker in the first round. They're not drafting a linebacker in the first round. With Kaiser White being here now, they're skipping on the first round. I don't think they're getting anybody in the first round now. Steve says with Hurts at the helm, the Eagles should just re-sign Carmichael. Cleve obviously says the Eagles need to draft a tight end at some point in the draft. Goddard fights for extra yards, and we need someone cheap. I mean, they can go someone late if they feel like there's somebody out there that they can get real late in the draft. Sure, like I'm not interested in getting a tight end that early, even fourth. I'm not even the 3rd or 4th round. I think they got to wait a little bit. His setting Hurts up to lose his job. Could be setting him up for failure. I don't know what to take from it. If you already think that Jalen Hurts isn't the future of this franchise, why even keep him? I mean, it's just at this point, it's like why waste everybody's time? Why waste your own time? If you, in the Eagles' perspective of everything, if they don't think Jalen Hurts is even the answer, or even they already know they're going to get rid of him after this year, like why even keep him at this point? You know what I mean? It just makes no sense to me. You know what I mean? It just makes no sense. Yeah, we missed on DK Metcalf. Yeah, Jeffrey L says, Joey's an Eagles fan from New York. I'm an Eagles fan from Boston. And ain't easy. It's not. Andrew Kohler from Iowa State would be a decent tight end with a 6th round pick. Bill says, why the hell did Howie sign Boston Scott when he has Miles Sanders? Well, Boston Scott's a different type of running back. I mean, Boston Scott's like a Darren Sproles 2.0. You can use him on multiple occasions. But Boston Scott's got a lot of value. And he was dirt cheap. He was only $1.1 million. Seems like the Eagles just know how to use him. I hope they use him a lot more. I felt like we used him too much in that Giants game, which I don't know why we have to wait till the Giants game to use him. They should honestly do a lot more with him because I think he could do a lot more. I like Dotson from Penn State a lot in the 2nd round. Yeah, I definitely do. Nice vertical threat. John Jones says, I want either Hamilton or Thibodeau. Bobby says if he has a solid number 1 receiver, Hurts would be better, maybe. Dude, he has the number 1 receiver. Why does everyone think that? I don't know why everyone thinks that Devontae Smith isn't the number 1 guy. I don't know why everyone thinks that. If you don't think Devontae Smith's the number 1 receiver, I don't know what to tell you. I really don't know what to tell you. I think we need to move from Miles Sanders after this year. Need a power back. Sherman says the only reason they got Rager is because Moorhead played with his dad, and he co-signed his skill set and pro readiness. Torvald said the Eagles trade Hurts now, then it would make too obvious they would want a QB in the draft. Yeah, well, yeah, I guess that makes sense. I'm not thinking that way either, but yeah, it probably makes sense if they get rid of Hurts, then yeah, maybe it will tell teams that they're going after a quarterback in the first round. Snooze says, I really like Hassan Haskins, but I feel like they resigned Howard. Bill says the wide receiver class in the draft this year is extremely stacked. It is. It goes well into the second round. Jerry said, "Where's Bubby Brewster when you need him?" VJ says, "Maybe we are sticking to a run-heavy offense, expecting Rager to be the number one." I'm telling you right now, I really hope not. No, I think they're going to definitely run heavy this year, but it's not going to be enough, man. It's not going to be enough. Mark says, "You think this is going to be a tank season?" I mean, I hope not. I'm hoping to win at least six to 8 games this year. I mean, that's what I'm hoping. Mine says, I feel like Jordan Howard is the best running back we have right now, and honestly, I think Smith is the 10 toes god. Oh, he's great, man. I mean, those sideline catches are pretty much automatic every single week. I mean, they're pretty much automatic when you throw the sideline to him most of the time. Jordan Howard is not getting enough of an opportunity. I don't think Boston Scott got enough of an opportunity either. I don't think so either. You know what I mean? I don't think he got enough of opportunity. So I get it. Miles Sanders was pretty much Miles Sanders was out for almost 3 weeks. You start him in the Tampa Bay game, and he's not even 85% healthy. It just makes no sense to me. They give him all the snaps. You don't put in Boston Scott or Jordan Howard till the third quarter. Bill said, would you rather have Jalen Hurts as your QB or Tua from Miami? Neither. To be honest, neither. Really. I'd rather keep Hurts. I would rather keep Hurts right now. That's just me. I'd rather keep Hurts than Tua, but at the end of the day, like, I'm not, am I seeing a huge difference from both quarterbacks? I mean, Tua's had a lot of struggles too. Number one, health. I think health has been the number one issue with him. So, Big T says, what's going on, man? He says, if you don't think Smith is the number one receiver, then Deshaun Jackson wasn't the number one receiver. Smith pulled off the same amount of yards his rookie year and had the speed. He's not Jamar Chase, but he's still a wide receiver number one. I think he could be better, bro. I think you put Devontae Smith on another roster right now that knows how to use him. I'm telling you, he'd probably have over 1,100 yards receiving. In my opinion, I think that's what would happen. As of right now, I think that would happen right now. So I get it. Jones says, I don't see why we can't use Rager like Deebo. If we did, our whole perception about him would change. Bobby says they just didn't run the ball enough all year, and the play calling and the first half of the year was horrible. JJ and Daddy says Smith good, but he needs a big wide receiver like Jones. Plus, we need to go back to pounding the ball. Mars J says that Will Smith palm strike was nuts. So many people, it was staged to look at it was Chris Rock's face as different. Brother Manny says, would you rather keep Hurts or draft a young next year out of Alabama? I know I do. Oh, next year? Oh, if Hurts doesn't work out, then yeah, I'm drafting a QB next year. Probably. Most likely. Steve says Eagles can win the division with Hurts, but they need big run blocking wide receivers with big catch radius. Micah says, you think Will Smith helps the secondary? Tony says tight end from Buffalo is Jackson. Wayne says D. Smith is a true number one. Smith needs help. Quez is good, but needs other guys that brings different skill sets. Yeah, I agree. Like, I think Quez Watkins should have more of a chance. You know what I mean? I think he should have more of a chance. So we'll see. DJ says easily on the air raid offense. Smith hits 1,200 yards. Man says Jordan is to go because Miles Sanders is the hot-headed, and when he gets mad, he don't know how to run. But I say trade Miles and Mulata and great. Can't wait for next season. One hand says Smith would be talk like Jamar Chase if QB would be Burrow. I think so. I think if he's on another team right now with a better offense, I think he's over 1,100-yard receiver. I'm not even kidding, bro. I'm not even kidding. Ryan said the fact Smith even got a 900 is impressive with the scheme. Yeah, I mean, even with a crappy scheme that we have right now with bad quarterback play, I thought having under 1,000 yards was good, but still, it's just what he could do. He could do so much more. And look, like you said, 900 yards is impressive for what we were given. So I get it. Big T says Smith will be at least a 1,000-yard receiver each year. Can't ask for more than that. Just wait till we see him in his prime. Yeah, that's all we got. That's all we could do, man. That's all we could do. Umbrella Mania says, do you think we'll sign anyone else? I don't know. Today, I don't know. Hugh Harbor says Smitty should have had 1,200 yards. I think Quez should have had 1,000 yards at least. And Smitty should have had over 1,000, at least over 1,000 to at least getting 1,100 yards or close to it. Jeffrey says they have to keep Jordan Howard. He needs to be the lead back. I wouldn't mind that. I mean, it's not going to happen. Miles Sanders has to stop dancing around the backfield so much. He needs to stay healthy this year, and he needs to just get his yards and stop making every run to be a home run play. So Rod says, help me understand why so many people are ready to write Hurts off after this first starting season in which he got us to the playoffs. Let's let the man develop. Like I said, they're going to give him another year, bro. He's got a lot of flaws right now. If he can't throw these, look, you only give wide receivers, like every receiver has a certain amount of time. If you know for a fact there's certain things that Hurts should already be knowing, and how some of these throws if some of these throws should be thrown the way he should get them out of his hand. That's a huge problem too, bro. Like Jalen Hurts is. All I want him to do is go through his reads and let the offense work for him. And that's all I want him to do. You know what I mean? Like, I think he has a valued skill set when it comes to running with the football in his hands, and I love that. But he's got to do more. Like every quarterback, you can have an arm, it's just, some aspects you could teach accuracy, some aspects you can't teach accuracy. But he's got to get better with his throwing. He's got to see these wide open guys. He can't miss on anybody. He can't underthrow and overthrow. I mean, if he's still having those issues this year, how many more years are you going to give him? Because after this year, he's got one more year left on his contract. And then, is it enough time? You know what I mean? You drafted him in the second round. He played a few games, and then really at the end of the day, he's only played a year and a half of football. I mean, it's not much time. So that's definitely on Jalen Hurts' side right now. Not much time at all, but we'll see. Chris says, use Rager like Debo. You mean like those end rounds where he gets stuffed 7 yards in the backfield? Bobby says, what happened to Howie's quarterback factory? I don't know. Ash says, Quez is number 4 or 5 on any other roster. Benny Boone said, if Jordan Howard could stay healthy, I would love to see him start the pound and ground and then mix it up with Sanders and Scott. That wouldn't be a bad idea either. I wouldn't mind that too. Stu says, I'm done with Rager. He's bad for my health. True that. JJ and Daddy says, sign Will Smith, that middle linebacker, 1-year deal. Lori says, Quez needs a chance, but needs a QB with an arm to throw him deep. Hashtag noodle arm. Mike says he broke his rookie Eagles. Yeah, so he broke Deshaun Jackson's rookie record. Devontae Smith did. Yeah, he definitely did. That just said DK had a so-called elite quarterback and only had 967 yards. Yeah, there was a lot more issues though. I mean, they didn't have a run game, and then Russell got hurt last year, and it was just a mess. It was just a total mess. Aguilar says, I would see about flipping Sanders to the Lions to reunite him with Staley for a third, maybe. I think that's a big problem with him, too. I think Staley was a big hit for him in the coaching aspect, too. Dunn says Jalen looks bad because of the play calling. Stop the wide receiver screens and go back to RB. No, definitely. Like, I can't stand screen passes. And before we started running the ball heavy, remember they were doing that a lot this year early in the season, like screen passes, dump offs. Like, they were just – that's all they were doing. Wide receiver screens, end arounds. That's all they were doing, really. Jet sweeps, stuff like that. It was really annoying. Well, says Pat Mahomes says, David says, Rager is not built the same as Debo. JJ and Daddy says, cut some wide receivers. They're too little and scary. Darius says, we could trade back and still have 3 picks in the first and get an extra second. Jerry says, digging the Halloween poster behind you. I'm a huge Halloween fan. I watched Halloween Kills for like the 5th time yesterday. Dude, love that film. I have a whole bunch of posters that are already framed. Like this wall to my left is going to be filled with posters. I'm going to be moving, it's my Eagles flags here, but I'm going to be doing a lot more. Yes, says, sign Will Smith, that middle linebacker, 1-year deal. Andrew says, package J. John Rager for a bag of practice footballs. Scoob says they need to start a wide receiver factory. That'd be nice if they care about it so much. BH says that Hurts going to prove to everybody like he has he's done his whole life. Maya says Jordan Howard hasn't played a full season, and that's true. That's actually true. Well, actually, when he signed with Miami, he was healthy that whole year, but they didn't know how to use him. They didn't know how, when he signed that big deal with Miami, they didn't know how to use him. They literally had him as a healthy scratch in Miami. He was healthy in Miami. I don't think he got hurt in Miami. Ryan says, just because Quez is a late round pick doesn't mean he can't ball out. He was, no, dude, he was open a lot. Like, that's why I can't put, we don't have a good enough receiver in Quez. Quez Watkins, like, had as much yards as playing as a number 3 receiver, man. That guy should have had close to 1,000 yards. Close to 1,000 yards, man. His yards add up to be like a number 3 to a number 2, but he should have had a lot more yards. That's just the truth to it. That's just the truth. Stu says, Smitty had like 5+ touchdowns. God knows how many more called back due to stupid penalties last year, especially early in the year. We lost a lot of touchdowns in general last year. Like 6 to 8 touchdowns. Yeah, I mean, penalties were bad. That's on Nick, though, at the end of the day. That's on Nick. Because, like, he wanted this team to be fundamental. He talked about fundamentals all offseason. He's talking about fundamentals, and we weren't fundamentally sound, period, because we were being knuckleheads on a lot of these stupid plays. So, Mark says, anyone heard anything about around Howard? I haven't heard much of anything. I haven't heard much of almost anything, really. So, not sure what they're doing. Sean says, y'all really want Howard to run a 4.9 to be our starting running back? I'd rather just start Gainwell or Mott. I want Gainwell to have more opportunity, man. I really do. I really want Gainwell to have more of an opportunity. That's just me. At the end of the day, like, that's what I kind of want right now. So, we'll see, but we'll see. Not sure which way they're going with it, but Andrew says, is there any reason J-Jaw's still on the roster? Is he a good special teamer or something? Well, I don't know what they expect from him. I mean, he blocks. Like, aren't they making it more obvious when JJ's on the field and he doesn't really get any receptions that he's just going to block on certain plays? Does it make it more obvious that they're running a certain design play when he's lined up in a certain spot if he's not getting the ball? That's what I'm saying, bro. To me, it makes no sense. Demetrius Bradley says Hurts only played 4 games his first year under Doug Pearson and was learning a new offense this year. Maya says it does seem like a lot of Eagles signings covered up some draft holes, so that's really good. Well, yeah, there's nothing wrong with signing our own players back to the roster. There's nothing wrong with that. Locking up players last year for obviously new contracts that are going to be hitting us this year, they had to do that. Mulata, Vontae Maddox, Dallas Goedert. I mean, they had to lock up guys, and we would have had a lot more cap space, but we would have had a lot more holes. The Mulata got a new contract. Avonte Max, I didn't think he was going to get an extension at all. And then Dallas Goedert, they had no choice because they traded Zach Ertz. So, they had no choice on that department. MMA Black Lad says, Dan Stilio and Devontae, not a number 1 because Waddle had more catches and yards. That's BS, dude. This offense is a total mess right now. It's a total mess right now. So I don't know. I can't even compare both offenses. Well, it's just putting the finishing pieces together finally. Cam Trey says, y'all acting like Hurts not working on his craft. You literally can see the potential. Tell the Howie to draft better and Nick to step his play calling up. If you're not putting any blame on Jalen Hurts for what he's done the past couple of seasons or even last year, then I don't know what to tell you. You know what I mean? Some people just don't think Jalen Hurts did nothing wrong last year. Jalen Hurts is just, I don't know. If you can't put 1% blame on Hurts for anything, then I don't know what to tell you. That's the whole point. I don't think they have any faith in him because they haven't put any weapons around him. You take Carson Wentz's second year and the Super Bowl year, and they put all these free agents around him. Look what they're doing. This is the third year for Jalen Hurts, technically only a year and a half of football, but they haven't put any weapons around him, which is starting to tell me they could trade up for a quarterback because if they think they're set at that position, why aren't they building around him? You're telling me that they're okay with the receivers that they have right now, or at least they're okay with the scheme that they're running right now. All I'm going to say, that's all I'm going to say about it. You know what I mean? JJ Dad says, me too, Jeffrey Ellis. I just watched it an hour ago. Wayne Webb says, Hurts has an incredible year to prove himself. I want to see Hurts succeed, but he has to put in the work. Yeah. Plus, he's coming off the ankle surgery now. He's going to be missing all the off. He's going to be missing all this off-season work this year. When you think about it, all the off-season work, he's going to be missing all of it, which really sucks because he needs as much time as possible right now. Thomas says, how do any of the Eagles players have faith in Howie during the draft process? I mean, they probably don't even think about it, dude. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what they think during the process. I have no idea. Dave Pearson says, and that's how he's doing this offseason, especially being injured. I'm sure he'll know what playbook in and out, improve his reads. Sano says, hey, Joey, if Howie Roseman doesn't get a receiver quickly, we'll have Will Smith, so give him a slap. Colton B says, anything new? No, nothing new yet, bro. Victor says, what's the latest news on us? There's nothing going on right now. Mike says, we need a Mixon or a Chris Carson. Miles Sanders is a good number 2 back. King James, what's going on, man? He says the only wide receiver how we should trade for is Terry McLaurin. He is a proven talent. Well, yeah, they're not giving up. The Washington needs Terry McLaurin. Plus, they got Curtis Samuel coming back from injuries, so and they're gonna have a good wide receiver core. It's gonna be good. They're gonna have a good receiver core this year. Elbeth says the red zone play calling was horrible. I mean, you take it. When I went to that San Francisco game last year, the home opener last year, when Quez got that 91, 92-yard reception, ran all the way downfield, got tackled on like the 5, Eagles ran 3 plays. They got a penalty on 1. They ran the ball. They passed the ball incomplete, and I think they ran the Philly special. I was just like, this offense is a complete joke. The red zone was horrible earlier in the year. Still wasn't good the whole year. One hand, actually, J. Jaw is good on special. Yeah, ooh, great. Can't wait. Can't wait for him to be good. John Doe says, Jameson Williams, for sure. I liked our defense last year. It wasn't the best, but our offense had someone on the field too long. We are about the decent on defense. We should get some weapons for Hurts. Yeah, I agree. They have to get a weapon for Hurts. I agree. Add more competition to the wide receiver group. Jameson Williams is definitely a top 3 receiver, in my opinion, even coming off that injury. I love him a lot. I'm liking him more and more each and every day. I'm actually going to have actually on my membership videos. He's actually on next on my membership videos as well. So guys haven't gotten any memberships, check out the for draft highlight reactions, miscellaneous videos, and obviously updates to the channel too. There's some other stuff I can't put on YouTube that are kind of crazy. So definitely check out the memberships in the pinned comment above and obviously the description below. Any tier, doesn't matter what it is. So let's see. VJ says, what do you think they can get for Lane Johnson? I would start shopping. I don't know, dude. I shop for him now. I think it's more maybe a next year thing. Maybe depends if he stays healthy, how good he plays this year. I know he had the mental issues last year and had to take some time off, came back. You know what I mean? So I get it. You know what I mean? It happens. So we'll see. We'll see. He's getting older too. I get it. Zach says, John Doe, you must have watched any Eagles games last year. Our defense was dog against decent QBs. Chris Scott says, Quez is great number 3 receiver. If you get Debo or DK, our wide receiver core would be dynamic, especially with Goddard. I agree. Now, I don't know if they put Quez in the slot, if that's the case. I'm not sure. I don't see why he couldn't play that position at all. So, Dagger says, Cam Trey, how is Howie the problem? Ezekiel Major says, we are not going the season with Hurts starting. Mark my words, we are drafting QB. I think it's a 50-50 shot. I don't know. Wouldn't be surprised, though, but I wouldn't be – I don't know. I'd be kind of pissed off because we're going to be giving away 2 first-round picks to move up in the top 5, top 6, if that's even the case. Chris Scott says the only reason J-Jaw on the team because he's good as a special teams player and a good blocker on offensively, too. Zio says we are drafting or trading for a QB. Zachary says Ezekiel Major, they aren't taking a QB. Stu says, stop saying they will trade up for a QB. I would, yeah, dude, it could happen. I'm telling you, it could happen. Gentleman coach says, stats show our D was good, top 10 maybe, but the eyes test shows otherwise. Which do you believe? Well, plus on top of it, dude, like everybody was like, so there was 4 quarters where Hurts would have under 100 yards in passing. And then all of a sudden, like when teams played prevent, when defenses played prevent on us, everything underneath was wide open. He was completing all these passes at the end of the 4th quarter, which meant absolutely nothing. So some stats for Hurts are completely conceiving because of the end of the 4th quarter, because of the 4th quarter play. And that's what I think. Zachary said, Joey, why does everyone blame Howie for us only winning one Super Bowl? Like it's easy to build. Well, yeah, but the thing is, he made a lot of mistakes after the draft. He tried to keep the same roster. And then while you're not hitting on draft picks after the Super Bowl, you're restructuring players, kicking the can down the road. You give these players, big bonuses now, bigger cap hits later to free up space for a year. And I think that was part of the problem. You had an issue with Doug. Doug left, and then obviously, it's a big problem, man. It's a big problem. So I don't know what the case is, what they're doing here, but I have to say, you're not, it's hard. Dynasties aren't built that easily, bro, and I understand that, but it's just unfortunate. It's just really unfortunate. Like they missed on their draft picks. They restructured too many contracts of old vets. They were giving contracts out to old veterans that won the Super Bowl for us later on. I mean, this is a year-to-year league. You can't just be giving out big contracts because of championships. If it was the year after, I can understand. But 2-3 years down the road, they were paying a lot of guys big contracts. Letting Malcolm Jenkins go is a big hit. Your drafting hasn't been good since the Super Bowl. Besides last year's draft in 21, I thought last year's draft was great, to be honest with you. So I have a good feeling about this draft. I do. I'm obviously really excited, but I'm terrified at the same time. So I get it. Wayne Webb says, thing of all town, how he missed on. Man, it says the option style offense really shuts down the red zone. QJ says, who's your most hated Eagles player? Mine is Nate Gary. Most hated Eagles player? Oh, man. Most hated. I don't know. Derek Barnett. Marcus Smith. I used to hate Kerry Williams a lot. I used to hate the other corner that was getting burnt. Bradley Fletcher. I used to hate him really bad. Nate Gary, I hated. Obviously, and I hate, there's a lot of guys I used to hate. Chris Scott says Hurts needs to do better at reading defenses, actually making better decisions. He can improve big time. If he doesn't, then we get a QB next season. That's it. I mean, this is it, guys. This is it. Zachary says, Wayne Webb, I think it's all talent. Every GM in the league missed on 50% of draft picks, make it past their first contract. And this makes Howie look good. When you're able to resign another prospect that you had, when you drafted a prospect, had him for 4 years, then you paid Derek Barnett $10 million last year, then you re-sign him again, it makes you look good. Even though the player is bad, it makes you look good that it's on your record board as a GM. Well, he went past his rookie contract. I signed him to another contract. That's another feather in my cap for Howie Roseman. Benny Boone said, yeah, penalties did play a huge part of the touchdowns being called back, but that was the growing pains and learning a new system. Hopefully this year the penalties should go down, I hope. Yeah. New head coach, new quarterback, new defensive coordinator. I mean, it all comes, it's part of a lot of mistakes we're going to get made because there's too many new pieces to this offense. It's not like you had a veteran head coach plus Jalen as a rookie head coach, Jalen Hurts, a rookie quarterback, and Jalen Hurts. You had a rookie first year head coach, a rookie quarterback. That's what happens. Alexander Ford says it's not concerned of getting free agency the receiver position because of the potential in the draft. We need to figure it out. Cornerback and Gilmore would be a great addition. QJ says J. Jaw is better than Jerry Rice. Snooze says defense pissed me off as much as the red zone offense. The 49ers game, all I remember is Gann allowing 9 minutes. Yeah, we didn't get the ball in that third quarter. We didn't get the ball all of the third quarter after that half. They had the ball for so long, we couldn't get our hands on the ball. I mean, it was bad. It was really, really bad. Seal Mayer says, I meant to say draft or trade for QB Joy. I actually wouldn't mind Mayfield or Garoppolo. Either is better than Hurts. Chris Scott says, Zach is funny because when 32 other teams passed on DK twice, but they're great GMs, but Howie sucks. It's ridiculous. Cam Trace says, what would you do with the 3 picks? I would get a defensive tackle. I would get another defensive end, and I would get a linebacker. I mean, that would be me. I mean, everybody's different. There's so many different combinations you could do, but I would love to get a linebacker in the first round still, and I would still add to this group. I would still add to it. VH says Hurts had a lot of garbage time, and that's there's a lot of garbage time completions he had, and I definitely agree with that. He went to the fourth quarter with a lot of, under 100 yards passing. No joke. No joke. You're not going to go anywhere in this league if that's the case. You're not. Wayne says She-Rocket, True Eagles, Green, Gentleman of Culture. One hand says mine is Chip Kelly. Well, yeah, that's definitely one too. King James, how he knows he can't draft QB, that will mean he could justify drafting Hurts while having Carson. Plus, franchises that draft QBs every year don't win that many games. Ryan Kerrigan was the worst Eagles player ever. He's washed. He's definitely. I didn't think he was going to be that washed when he came here. I was actually really excited. Chip on his shoulder, young players getting drafted in Washington, and he was going down the depth chart, every year very slowly. He's very washed. I didn't think he was going to play that bad. His most promising game that he had this year was that playoff game, the last game of the season. He actually sacked. He got to the quarterback a lot. I mean, he played really well. He actually played really well that last game. Chris Starr says Byron Maxwell. Oh, Byron Maxwell, definitely. Definitely another one. Byron Maxwell, man, he got paid. It was like 6 years, like $180 million or whatever that was. Oh, man, that was horrible. That was so bad. Talk about a product of that, the Legion of Boom. Jesus Christ. Stu says, Todd Pinkston, I hate that alligator arms scared of getting hit. Yeah, I remember that. Zachary says, Cam Trey, 2016-17 drafts, won a Super Bowl. 2018 draft was A+, and 2021 draft was outstanding. 2021 draft was outstanding. Dewan Mouth, what's going on, man? He said, we all keep saying QB and wide receiver. We need a good OC. Haven't had, I think that, dude, like, why do you think they haven't changed anything with the coaching staff yet? They haven't changed anything with this coaching staff yet because they're giving this thing one more year, and then they're going to make changes. I'm telling you right now, like, we're going to have changes after 2022. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. Alex says, I'm not saying QB and OC. Andrew says, what I would give, ship Nick out and bring Eric B from KC. Yeah, but dude, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you have Nick or Eric Bieniemy. Who cares if you have Eric Bieniemy? If Howie's got control of the draft, what does it matter? KC's offense is a totally different offense than us. Like they got, like over the years they've had track star receivers. They just do things differently. And look at their quarterback makes a lot of these receivers look good. Pringles and Hardman. Like I don't think Hardman would do crap on another team. I don't think Pringles would do anything on another team. I know he's with the Bears now, but you know what I'm saying? Like Mahomes makes a lot of these receivers look really good too. Like it's not just like we bring in Bieniemy and we're going to look like the Chiefs overnight because that's not the way it's going to go. Plus, no head coaches want to come here. Before we got Nick Sirianni, you had Stanley from the Chargers. Got an interview from the Eagles, and he declined the interview. Brian DeBull from Buffalo, they are interested in going after him, and he declined the interview. He didn't want to come to Philly because these head coaches know they're not going to have a say in anything they have to do. They're not going to have a say in anything. That's the reason why these coaches aren't coming here. Howie Roseman doesn't have a good track record of, leewaying any type of, decision making to anybody else because he's not going to do it. He might listen to things, but he's not going to say anything that's going to, he's not going to take anything into account. So I don't know. I don't know what the case is. Ryan says Devin Lloyd is the next Bobby Wags. We need him. I love Devin Lloyd, my favorite linebacker in the draft. Shannon says they need to win now. Don't try to move up in the draft. Get a QB when you have one, and one great backup in Kaepernick. Torville says the Eagles probably not, want Willis. Zimmer mobility and Hurts, but before a better arm and can make throws going to his left. They could have 4+ years of Willis on a rookie deal versus extending Hurts for money. Jeremy says Orlando Scandrick is probably going to be number one as far as most hated. He's such a rat, dude. That guy was the biggest rat. I loved when Shannon Sharp totally just nailed him and like when he got burned, like when he got totally burned by his own team, like his former team in the Cowboys. Like Scandrick was, I mean, look, that really put a fire. Like Malcolm Jenkins and him went back and forth. Like that really put a fire under this team too after he left. I mean, that was they got to the playoffs that year. And it's Garrett Wilson. Garrett Wilson would be my number one priority. I like Garrett Wilson a lot. I do. Name a huge waste of money. Carson Wentz. A huge waste of money. Byron Maxwell. Asumaga. Bunch of guys over the years. No, Namdi, yeah. Jerry says, guys, this is going to be a tough year. You're talking 4 to 6 wins. That's what Hurts is not the guy at all. Do you know how many times we went into the fourth quarter with under 90? I'm telling you, we were under 100 passing yards going to the fourth quarter this year. Like, no joke. Alex is so stacked up defense to get a new OC next year. However, Howie likes to hold on to coaches. Well, no, dude. I'm telling you right now, Nick's the one that picked this coaching. Howie did not hire this coaching staff. Nick did. Now, Howie hired Nick. Okay, Howie and Jeffrey hired Nick. Nick brought in his own coaching staff. This is on Nick. This isn't on Howie with his coaching staff. So, decision-wise, yeah, Nick's going to have control over who he's keeping, like coach-wise, next year. It's not going to be on Howie Roseman. Howie's going to have nothing to do with this coaching staff. It's going to be on Nick at the end of the day. I'm telling you, guys, is it surprising we didn't have a change in coaching staff this year? We haven't changed our coaching staff at all. So they're keeping it just like this, the same. They're not making too many changes because they want to keep everything, they don't want to have any excuses of like if somebody leaves, go somewhere else, they bring a new coach in. I think Gannon's on the hot seat. Gannon's definitely on the hot seat. And Shane Steichen, the offensive coordinator, is on the hot seat too. I totally agree with it. Totally agree with it. No doubt about it, bro. No doubt about it. Susan said improved defense this year, draft QB next year. That's all I'm saying. I'll bet Howie running the Eagles like it's a pawn shop. Yeah, Namdi. I always say it. I never say Namdi. I always say his name. I always say his first name or whatever. Wrong. Jalen isn't our issue right now. It's defense, more weapons besides Smith and Dallas G. Yeah, it's more weapons, but I think some of it is, I get it. Commander Wentz reporting for duty. People are making fun of that so much. I love it. Is Brandon Graham come back as a starter? Yeah, I think so. Yeah. I think he'll be lined up next to Cox again. I think he'll be next to Fletch this year. But coming off the ACL, coming off the the Achilles, that's going to be a whole different story now because I don't know what he's going to look like. I have no idea what he's going to look like coming off that Achilles injury. So I'm not really sure. Not really sure right now. Let's see here. Let's see. Andrew says, it kind of confused me. I thought he was rough, but he gets interviews. Joey, can you make any sense of this? Of him getting 3 head coaching interviews? No, I have no idea why. I think the Vikings I definitely understand because he worked as a defensive assistant with the Vikings. So, they must have ties with him and maybe just like him as a person. I don't know. I mean, the Vikings, I understood that, but the other teams, I have no idea. Travis Lurie and Howie won't be able to tolerate another run-first offense for another year. Oh, I think that's what they wanted, wasn't it? I don't know. I think there was rumors last year that they wanted to pass more than run. Cantry says, I just wish the head coach had control on who to pick in the draft. I think there'll be a collaborative effort. But it's a final say for Howie Roseman. The problem is I don't want them passing on a receiver that, they're going to ask the head coach and ask the coaching staff, does he fit the scheme, when they're about to pick? And they're going to say, not really. So we're going to pick this guy instead. That's what I hope they don't do. Pick the best guy available that's on the board. But VH says, I honestly think they're now officially changed this to run first. That's the only explanation for no elite wide receivers. That's BS, dude. Then but just having a run game is not gonna win you a championship. It's not gonna get you in the playoffs. You know what I mean? It got us in the playoffs last year. Yeah, I get it. You know what I mean? I totally get it. But all I'm saying is this: like you got to have a balance. Like I'm just saying you got to have somewhat of a balance, and they don't have it. Yeah, run first offense with our sorry. Text says run first offense with our starting running back that had 0 touchdowns. Yeah, it makes no sense. There was times where they run with Hurts way too much, like in the red zone, like they like using Hurts on those read options or QB draws, like. And sometimes I can't stand it. It's like just run the football, man. Don't try to get Jalen Hurts hurt. Don't like. I hated that. I hated that sometimes. He would just like get the ball and just run up the middle. I'm just like, this guy's not going to get the touchdown. And he didn't. And sometimes he didn't get the touchdown for it. And it really pissed me off. I understand, like, you got to be careful with Hurts too, because like plus he's coming off this damn ankle surgery too. So we got to be careful with that as well. One hand said nobody win the run heavy, even with the Titans. Yeah, look what they did without Derrick Henry. Look what they did without Derrick Henry. You know what I mean? Jeremy Sports says we have no balance. All the elite best teams in the league have minimum 2, if not 3, good starting caliber receivers. I get it. So it's going to be interesting, guys. It's going to be interesting what they do here. I don't know what they're going to do. I honestly don't. We're going to find out, though. We're going to find out. We have 239 in the chat. Much love to everybody that joined the stream today. We'll probably stream for another hour, something like that. So it is Monday. I guess everybody's probably either whether you're at work or you're home or whatever you're doing today. I appreciate everybody coming into the stream. If you guys haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. We cover the Eagles every day. The channel just hit over 16,000 subscribers last night, which I didn't even know until I woke up this morning. So much love and appreciation for everybody that's been subscribing, supporting all the videos and all that. So I really do. I really do appreciate it a lot. So thank you so much to everybody. Check out some of the videos I've put up. Obviously, we've been doing these streams for free agency the past 2 weeks and 1 day. So thank you so much. If you guys haven't liked the stream, please like the stream. Try to get the stream to 200 likes if we can. Thank you so much for everybody. Check out the memberships as well, any tier, for the extra content, miscellaneous videos, draft highlight reactions. We're going to be putting out some more stuff between today and tomorrow this week. A lot more going on, so definitely check all that out. So much love to everybody that joined the stream today. So I'm thinking we're going to be doing as of right now, I feel like we're going to be doing something like when it comes to a roundtable this week or something. I want to put something together. Maybe put something together. I don't know what it is with content creators or whatnot. So I might do that this week. I don't know yet. I might do a call-in soon because I haven't done one since after the season was over. So we might do something, soon. So we'll see. Yeah, we're gonna do a Mach 500. Don't worry about it. Yeah, well, don't worry. We talk every day, bro. we're on top of it. We're on top of it. Trust me. We're definitely on top of it. Definitely on top of it. We got a new member to the Shake Squad Army. VJ's 5.1.4. Appreciate it very much, man. That's a Shake Squad soldier. Thank you so much for joining, dude. Gonna love it here. Gonna love it here very much. Thank you so much. It's only $1.99, just so you guys know. Yeah, I mean, literally, like the lowest tier is $1.99. That's it. Then you get extra content. So at the end of the day, like you're getting more content on top of content. On top of content you get every day. So it's a lot. I mean, it's a lot. So you guys definitely check it out. Check it out. Appreciate it. But Jay, thank you so much, man. Thank you so much, dude. Jeremy says, get some subs in the round table would be a blast. I don't know. I'm thinking I have a few ideas right now what to do with other content creators or like something, maybe do a call-in or something like that. So definitely check it out. Definitely check it out. We'll see. Mike says you don't have to watch 500's video. You just have to read the thumbnail. Well, that's a bad dude. That's not good though. Because a lot of people comment off reading a title to a video, which I can't. That's the one thing I can't stand when people just read the title and they just start like talking. And then I know for a fact that certain people don't watch the video. They read the title and that's it. Maybe they'll click on the video, pause it, and then comment, and then like that's it. You know what I mean? It's just, I get it. Stingley or Sauce? I don't know, man. I'm looking for Sauce, man, in the top 10. If he's gonna make it out of the top 10, I don't know, but we'll see. Zary says Daquan, hopefully they trade up for Sauce Gardner. Uno says they want us to believe that Pascal as a rookie wide receiver is going to move the needle for Hurts to be able to have enough to win. I mean, definitely he's going to help him a lot. It's going to help him a lot. I feel like it's going to help him, like tremendously going to help him. Even though I think it like Pascal, Pascal is not like is a crazy receiver. Like, I think he's good under Nick. I mean, he's shown that he's very good under Nick Sirianni, 100%. It has shown that is the truth to it all. So we'll see though. You know what I mean? We'll see. Tech says, you think Eagles will meet with Stingley? I can't wait. Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt about it. If they're going after, on a if they brought in Sauce on a pre-draft visit, no doubt in my mind they'll bring in Stingley on a pre-draft as well. No doubt about it. I wouldn't mind Jameson Williams, guy. I'm going to be doing a draft highlight reaction of Jameson Williams. That's actually my next video coming up on the memberships. Like I said, get it. I'm going to be going over Jameson Williams on draft highlights too. So I've already watched some tape on him already, a lot of tape on him, but I haven't done an official draft highlight reaction on him either. I've watched like 2 or 3 full games on him already. I've watched so. Vijay says 500 you together a bomb. That's fucking for Eagles content. Lord Brunson sometimes, but he's biased over Hurts. Some people are just big fans of Jalen Hurts. It is what it is. He's not the only one. There's a lot of fans that are defend Jalen Hurts tooth and nail. You know what I mean? It's just that's what they think, and that's I gotta respect their opinions. But I gotta be realistic too. Jeremy says, been chilling with you you from California, talking birds and getting through my slow work mornings, all free agency. Keep up, man. Always good to hang out, talk birds with you and other birds fans. Yeah, definitely, Jeremy. This is the reason why I do it, bro. This is the reason why I do it. I started this YouTube channel because I had no Eagles fan in New York. And, I ended up meeting a lot of people on the way. A lot of guys that I talk to a lot. Desert Eagle, Spunky 1991, Philly 500. I mean, a lot of guys I'm really good friends with. You know what I mean? So you meet some really nice people on the way. So I get it. Legend Kill says, this is what I said last year. One thing that the Eagles fans and people in general kill Hurts for is the one thing they should defend him. He doesn't come from a pro style off. Receivers were wide open. Yeah, dude, that's agreeable. Even Bad Dog. If you guys know Bad Dog, the YouTuber for the Giants, like I've talked to him. And he was a big, he's a big Oklahoma fan, like he said almost the same exact thing when Jalen Hurts got drafted here. And he was right. He was right. What would you trade for DK? A first and a 4th round pick. Jose says, would you trade a wide receiver in the 2nd round? Yeah, I mean, I would go after Christian Watson, man, from North Dakota State. That's like my main dude in the 2nd round. I love him. I mean, I like Calvin Austin, but Christian Watson's my dude. Wayne says, stay away from Stingley. He has declined every year since he was a freshman. That's what everybody's saying. And Stingley is pretty much like telling people not to pass on him. Like, if you pass on me, you're going to be making a big mistake, whether what you think of me or not. Azara Child says, any Eagles fans looking for a job starting for $20, holler at me. Jason Cool says, ain't a dream draft right now. Defensive end, linebacker, cornerback, 2nd round, wide receiver. Love it. I love that too. Tony says, no matter what position, Howie has to move up to hit because history with him in the mid-1st is subpar at best. Shan says, how would you feel if we drafted Trent McDuffie, Devin Lloyd, and Jahan Dotson, and then draft Breece Hall in the 2nd? Trent McDuffie, Devin Lloyd, and Jahan Dotson. I feel like we need they're definitely drafting defensive line within the first 2 rounds. If you don't think they're drafting defensive line, I think I'd be more mad about that. I don't mind Trent McDuffie. I think he's the best tackling corner. I think he's obviously the best zone coverage corner. I don't think his man coverage is fantastically great. I like Devin Lloyd. He's my favorite linebacker in this draft, and Jahan Dotson's a vertical threat. So, and I think you could draft someone better than him, even though I think he's good. I think you could draft someone better than Jahan Dotson, though. Snoo says, really like Andrew Booth Jr., him and Jameson Williams, and train back for a second and first next year would be perfect. I like Andrew Booth as well. Zachary says, Chance Ellis, horrible draft unless those are all trade backs. Lincoln said the quarterbacks who have successfully early in the NFL are ones who have a pro-style offense and just don't have an embarrassment of riches and off an O-line, running back, and wide receiver. Clark says, I think we are done bringing any other free agents. I think we are drafting pieces from here on out. Mike says he's a discount Lamar Jackson. A discount Lamar Jackson. No, God. I think that's funny, though. Crush says, keep my wife's name. Keep my wife's name. Yeah, I get it. We got a new member to the Shake Squad Army, Donald Quinney. What's going on, man? Part of the Shake Squad captain tier. Thank you so much, man. Much love, dude. Like I said, there's more memberships out there for extra content if it's needed for anybody. It's a cheap price for extra content. We do draft highlight reactions, miscellaneous videos, videos I can't put on YouTube that are probably going to be a little bit more crazy that I really can't put up. So there's extra content on there as well. So Donald, thank you so much, man. Thank you so much for joining the Army, bro. On top of everything else, guys, I'm actually looking for an artist to do me a new logo, an official logo, because I haven't really had an official logo in a long time as of right now. So that's what I'm kind of looking for right now. If I'm updating the channel and stuff, I don't know what I'm doing yet, but everything's up in the air. I'm actually getting rid of my merch. I'm actually going to be giving away merch in the during training camp. Probably after the draft, I'll be giving away some merch to subscribers and stuff like that. So I'll be doing all that. So I'm probably going to be getting rid of my merch soon because I'm going to be doing a new logo and some other stuff. So doing a new overlay of new things as of right now. So me and Philly 500 are working on a new logo for the Philly Shakedown. We're working on some merch as well for it. So we're pretty pumped about it. So let's see here. Sorry, I am going all over the place right now. Gar says, don't ever count out trades with Howie. That's what I'm saying, dude. Like, I feel like there might be Eagles trying to go after somebody right now. I feel like Calvin Ridley was just one of many trades they could possibly go after. So, Roland, what's going on, man? Make your new logo Jalen Hurts jersey. Zeus says, any suggestions on keeping your logos is keep your logos simple. Yeah, no, I'm not going crazy with it. Like the one I have now is just like I paid for that. Somebody did it for me, and like I was like, I'll use it. But I need something more official, something more me at the end of the day. Alex says, so you think this rebuild would have been better or worse with Pearson versus Sirianni, though Howie is still Howie? I don't know if it would make a difference. I mean, Doug, I don't know. Doug wasn't allowed to go out and get new coaching staff. Doug wasn't allowed to do a lot of things. So I'm not really sure. Yeah, you came in late, bro. You're late. You're late to the party. You're late to the big celebration. So these are the free agents that are still available right now. Okay, Tyrann Mathieu, Odell Beckham Jr., Bobby Wagner, Stephon Gilmore, Jadeveon Clowney, Akeem Hicks, Melvin Ingram, Landon Collins, Julio Jones, Antonio Brown, and Rob Gronkowski. Now, Jadeveon Clowney is definitely one that pops up on my mind, too. I would like, I don't know. I mean, definitely he probably wouldn't want to come here, but I would have brought in Jadeveon Clowney more than Derek Barnett, just because his numbers are just like, he's got reputational good numbers. So he gets to the quarterback and he would be a nice rotational piece for us. I don't know if they're adding any more defensive ends to this group right now. Melvin Ingram's another one, which I'm kind of like, kind of crazy right now. So Akeem Hicks is another one too, but he's getting older. So we'll see. No, I'm not ending it right now. No. Soon, not now. I'm not doing a 4-hour stream today, but definitely want to do something today. I have some membership stuff I have to put up today. So Carlos says, Odell Beckham Jr., yes, Philadelphia Eagles should sign him. Alessio says, I don't care how much Hurts works. He wasn't going to be there in a year. He may never be there, and you can Thank Alabama for that. Howie, many QBs from Alabama, OKC are good in the NFL or even get drafted high. So it says, Joey, you should look up Sheldon Brown wearing the Jason mask. Fits you perfectly. Yeah, I saw that. Zara says, we need the honey badger. A few people actually said that, to be honest with you. Mike said, what about Edmonds and Pittsburgh safety? Edmonds is good. Dude, Edmonds is a, I think he just needs some coaching. But I think he's a guy that has a high ceiling. I think he just needs a little bit of coaching. I think that's really it. I would try to trade for Laviska Shenault, maybe. I mean, something at this point, if they even tried to, try to bring him in. Marcus says, will you sign T.Y. Hilton? No, probably not. He's old now. Like, I don't know what, he's on the top ladder of his, the late ladder of his career now. Bryce, your brother, what type of camera you use? What lens focal length? I don't know. I mean, I know it's a Sony A. I mean, they don't make this camera anymore. I'm using a DSLR camera, so it's I forgot what it is, a Sony A20, I think it's called. I forgot what it is. It's a 16 millimeter lens, I think. I don't have an added lens. It's just a default lens. So I'm going to be upgrading. I mean, I'm not upgrading. I think by another year, I'm actually building a monster computer right now because this laptop, I'm getting rid of it because my camera can only do so much. So I'm building I've been building this monster computer for like a year and a half, almost 2 years. I just been skipping and buying parts for it, skipping on it. So I'm building my own computer, see what happens. And yeah, it's just taking a little bit of time, but we'll be there. We'll be there soon. I'll have videos on that too, on updates on that. Jason Laviska will come in cheap. We need something. He will be better than Pascal. Wide lens style. I couldn't tell. Yeah, I don't know, dude, Brian. I have no idea. I don't know much. Like, my buddy is a photographer. I have a good friend that I went to high school with that's a really good photographer. He's been helping me with, and he's a what's it called? He's a graphic designer as well. So I get a lot of tips from him. Zara said they need to trade Dillard and Rager for Shenault. I wouldn't mind that. I mean, Dillard hasn't been traded yet either. I think after the draft, maybe they'll try to trade him, maybe for a pick for 23, or if that's the case. If there's, I think, even for Gardner Minshew as well. I do not have IG. I've never had IG. I don't know. I just have Twitter. That's it. I just have Twitter and that's it. I don't have anything else social media wise. People can contact me on email. It's all on Twitter. Everything's on there. Guys, if you haven't followed me on Twitter either, definitely follow me on there. If you want updates or want to ask me questions about anything, I always answer questions for everybody. So if you guys want to follow me on there, I am on Twitter as well. So follow me. My Twitter is private, so I have to accept you guys. So Jerry said, ask Jerry, the art guy, to hook you up with a new logo. He did Fat Bold while sitting his logo. It's pretty dope. Ask Jerry, the art guy. Yeah, I mean, if anyone could help me towards a guy that knows how to do logos really well, we'll see. Mike says, any trade up rumors in the draft to get Hamilton? Any trade up rumors in the draft to get Hamilton? No, there's no trade up rumors. No, I don't think so. There's alleged killer. Pickens is too injury prone. I'd rather have Christian Watson. I love Christian Watson in the second round. That's my guy in the second round. 100%. That's my guy. No joke. That's my guy. So I'm pumped about this draft. I'm really excited about it. Really excited about it. Can't wait. Got to be my favorite YouTuber. Appreciate it, man. Guys, all really at the end of the day, we're all in this together. We all have different opinions. And that's what I want. I don't want everybody to agree on the same thing. We all have different opinions of who we're drafting and what we're doing. So I understand 100%. You know what I mean? We'll get there. You know what I mean? We'll definitely get there. So I'm pretty pumped about it. Pretty pumped. We're almost hitting the 2-hour mark now. So we're probably going to go probably after 2 hours and then that's it. And we'll be good for the day. I have to put out some channel membership stuff. So that would be the guy who trade up for Hamilton than just White or Davis. Yeah, no. If you're trading up, you're getting Hamilton or Kayvon. If it's not for a quarterback and you're trading up, you're getting Kayvon, or you're getting Kayvon, or you're getting Kyle Hamilton. If you're trading up within the top 7, top 6, if that's even the case. Garrett says, "How cool would it be if had Taysom Hill back up Hurts? Like he's going to cost a lot. I mean, look what the Saints have been paying him to be the backup to the starter. They've been paying him a good. He's like these backup quarterbacks aren't cheap, guys. Like they cost you a penny. You have a backup quarterback in Gardner Minshew that's only cost you over $900,000 for the year, like cheap. You know, I mean, really cheap right now. You know what I'm saying?" Mike says the receiver room is kind of full. No, Watkins, Smith, Whiteside, Rager, Pascal. That's 5 guys. You have to cut one or sign one, trade it, go away, and no one wants Whiteside, obviously, and we're not going to cut. Well, we have Greg Ward too. Greg Ward's still here, which Greg Ward should have had more snaps last year as well. That definitely should have happened. Zara says, Joey Shakes, what Eagles really need to do a trade for Panthers number 6 overall pick, 1583 to 126 Minshew for number 6 overall, Sauce Gardner. They could do that. Toy says, people always talking about why we don't trade this player or that player, but they do forget it takes 2 to tango. It's true. It's true. Yo, Jeffy, what's going on, man? Say, hey, Joey, just coming out here showing support for one of the best Eagles content creators out there. Always enjoy yours and Flip 100 streams. I appreciate it, man. We have a lot of fun, too. A lot of people were thanking us for, at the end of the day, guys, there's always guys out there that, like, they stream together for more business aspect of it. With me and 500, we're really good friends off YouTube. Like, we talk about other things. We text each other every day. We talk mostly every other day or every day, mostly, just about everything. And, with me and him, it's all about having fun. Like, you got to have fun doing this. You can't make it all business. And, obviously, like, our channels are pretty, his channel's a lot bigger than everybody's, but, it's, it comes to being, somewhat of a business, but at the same time, you gotta have fun doing this, man. Like, at the same time, like, you gotta have fun. It's not about the money. It's just about talking to other Eagles fans and rejoicing of what's going on. And that's it. You know what I mean? That's what I think of it as. DJ said, just react to that case. You might trade with Eagles for 19 to get Jameson Williams to replace Tyreek. Interesting. Ryder says Jameson Williams be ready to shrink it. I'm hoping he is. I've heard that he was going to be ready, but I mean, I don't know how reliable a source I got from that, but we'll see though. Chris Ward says, thank you, Joey, every day. Great content. I appreciate it, man. Even though if my content is BS sometimes where people think like, I do a lot of speculation stuff and rumors and stuff like that, but I like all that stuff. The offseason is great because I love going on like what could happen, with the Eagles. And I love doing videos like that. You know what I mean? You never know what could happen. You never know what could happen. Jerry says, you guys really worked well together. I'm hoping to get a collab one day with you in Philly with I'll tell you, Bad Dog Giants Eagles joint stream. Yeah, definitely. We did it last year with Bad Dog. We brought Bad Dog for the first Giants game. We might work with Entertainment couldn't make it that. We might actually do like a full, 2 podcasts come together with Bad Dog Entertainment, me and Philly, and that'd be great to do that. Timmy Slim Jimmy said, I definitely don't want a running back early, but if we do take a mid-round or late-round running back tonight, I like Max Borey out of Washington, good power back with decent hands, played against him in high school. Oh, wow. That's pretty cool. So Robbie Gravano Williams should be ready by August. Joe says, hey, Joe, just found out that Jannard Avery is going to the Steelers for a 1-year deal. Yeah, I already knew. I know he visited the Falcons at one point. I mean, he's gone. He was nothing but a situational linebacker that made some good plays for us, to be honest with you. So, I mean, I was shocked they actually let Singleton walk. When they let Singleton walk, I think that's when it really shocked me when that actually happened. So, Rowan said, I say Sauce, Lloyd trade for a first 2023 and second round in 22 for Ojabo. 31 days till the draft, bro. April 28th. Chris Ward, Jameson Williams would have been a college champion. It's a steal in Eagles draft, Jameson Williams. Micah Peralta says, my Lakers blew a 20-point lead last night. Bad Dog was a mad dog. Oh, yeah, I forgot he was a Lakers fan. He always he does streams on the Lakers. I keep forgetting he's a Laker fan. Yeah, Fat Ball and Sicilian, his show on YouTube. I watched the guy. Jerry did his logo and oh, nice. If someone can send me the link for him or if he has a Twitter or any social media, let me know. I'll check out some of his stuff. Legend Kill says, my mock draft, I trade up for Sauce Man 8 or 9 for the 15th, the 3rd, and swapped 4th rounders. Snooze says, we didn't mind signing Justin Houston cheap. He's getting up there in age, but he's still productive. I mean, they could, but Ed Moreau says, expect a lot of edge offensive tackles, wide receivers, and corners in the first. Yeah, I agree with that. If there's some quarterbacks taken in that top 10 the more the Eagles are going to get to pick, the Eagles are going to have a lot to choose from when they get to 15, 16. So Jerry's not trying to be that fan, but I think Sauce Gardner will be a giant once forever. I mean, man, probably. I don't doubt it. I think Bradbury's definitely getting traded, 100%. Jeffy says, "Nah, Bad Dog is a Knicks fan. Just streams the league." Oh, okay. I didn't know that. You can call me Mike. Sorry, I'm trying to. I don't want to I try to read the whole name. Sometimes I don't read the whole name. It just takes. I get it. I get it though. I took James Cook. He was the best available running back, I believe, in the 4th round of my mock draft. Even if he wasn't Dalvin Cook's brother, he was pretty much an identical in his combine. He looks like a starter. Chris says trade for DK Metcalf and sign Julio Jones and draft Jameson Williams. Devontae Smith to DK Metcalf said that Julio is the wide receiver they look up to. Dude, I don't know about Julio, man. He's looking for the right contract. He's looking for a little bit of money. Why? I don't know. 32 years old. He was hurt last year. I don't know what he's trying to do right now with his worth, so I'm not really sure. You say Bad Dog freaks out and Mark Holmes freaks out are amazing. You guys need to go add a Washington fan to it. Jason, what do you think about getting DK, AJ Brown, or Debo, and what kind of contract extension do you think the Eagles will have to pay? A lot. I mean, I don't know what the number is, but since you get guys like Tyreek Hill and Devontae Adams that get over $30 million a year, that's the going rate for top receivers. I mean, if that's the case, if these guys don't get extensions this year and they become free agents, I don't think all of them become free agents, but I don't know. DK, I don't know. DK, AJ, Debo Samuel's getting top dollar, 100% getting top dollar. AJ Brown's really good too. So, and DK, obviously, I don't know what, I've heard a couple teams have tried trading for him, but they weren't. I think they were trying to give up something, but I guess maybe it wasn't enough. I heard the Patriots. I forgot who else was in on. I think the Jets. I made that video this morning. Because if the Jets think that DK Metcalf, Debo Samuel, and AJ Brown are available, maybe they're showing their hand a little too much. Maybe we're starting to find out that there actually are some receivers available via trade, but we didn't know because Howie's not showing his hand. The Eagles aren't putting out news about who they're really going after right now. BJ says Debo is like the wide receiver running back. He's all purpose and on. Yeah, I that's why I think Garrett Wilson would fit that mold too. Garrett Wilson could play that running back Debo role as well. I think he could do the same thing. Brian says Jamal Adams has been the only safety taken for number 1 to 10 in 20 years. That's crazy, bro. Plus, is Jamal Adams going to want out because he left the Jets to be a contender with the Seahawks? So is Jamal Adams staying with Seattle? Is he going to ask for a trade and say, I want to go somewhere else to be a contender or maybe play for another team? I don't know. Martin Lynch says, what do you think of it would cost the Eagles to trade for DK or Debo? I would think it would cost the 1st and a 4th round pick for DK. Debo, I don't know. It's going to cost probably more than that. Rowan says, hope all QBs are taken before 15, which Howie's our GM. I hope all QBs, I hope at least 2 of them are taken. I don't care if one of them gets picked in the 1st round for the top 10. I'm totally fine with that because that just gives us more leeway it just helps another player drop down to us. You know what I mean? So Jerry says 49ers would be insane to trade Debo and some Browns in terms of the Titans. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see though. Timmy Slim Jimmy says, I'll take I like Olave talent and fit wise, and also Howie likes him too. But I've heard that his character issues have been described as last guy in, first guy out. Out issues like that are a immediate red flag. Mark says, do you think Howie drafts Chris Olave with the first? I think that's what Rager was supposed to be. I think Olave was the receiver that Rager was supposed to be. I like Olave. Everyone's saying that Garrett Wilson's going to be gone before Olave. I don't know. I think one of them will hit us at 15, and I'd be fine with both of them. Like I said, I don't know the character issues with some of these players. Like some people, go and try to find out about some of these guys. So I'm not really sure character-wise what these guys are all about. But, we'll see. We'll see what happens. But we'll see, though. All right, so Harry Roseman, we're building. We're not in a go for it all in situation. If you're building on a foundation, you don't start taking pillars off. No, that's definitely true. He said, VJ said, I want that Alabama QB next year. Yeah, I mean, it could be a possible destination for the Eagles. I hope at least Sam Howell is taking the top 15. Very unlikely, knowing how him have a thing. Rowan says, yeah, I don't know. We'll see though. I don't know. Definitely something to look after. Howie is the worst GM ever. Chris says Jameson Williams is the best receiver in special teams demon. I like him a lot, dude. Like, I feel like, his route running is really good. He's got really good hands. Coming off that injury, though, I mean, it's definitely like a red flag in some cases, but I think he's going to be fine. There's just some players that you just want to take a chance on. Like Jameson Williams in the first round, I would definitely take a chance on, but is it going to happen? I don't know. Howie Roseman or Dave Gettleman? Well, I think Howie Roseman because I think his contracts have been a lot better. His trades are a lot better. Gettleman has overpaid for a lot of players, especially last year. I think Howie Roseman wins by a landslide over Dave Gettleman. That's just me, though. We'll just see. That's all I'm going to say about that. Hurt said, who is the biggest threat in the NFC? The Rams, the Packers. That's it. Yeah, I mean, that's really it. I think. I mean, it's pretty. Other than that, it's pretty wide open right now. So, Darius is just joining. I need to go do it. Yeah, nothing crazy, dude. No. It's pretty quiet. Pretty quiet right now. You're just at Bucks. Yeah, Bucks as well. Yeah, Bucks or Rams. Liz Kill says, what about instead of Debo Samuel, we trade them for Brandon Ayuk, their other wide receiver who gets a lot of yak too and physically. And I think it'd be a perfect number 2 in Philly. I think Ayuk would be a perfect number 2. I love Brandon Ayuk. Another guy we could have drafted. Damn. I can't stand this, man. Every receiver in that draft produced. Every single receiver has played better than JJ. It's a joke, man. I think Packers take a step back too because now they lost. They couldn't sign Valdez-Scantling back. He's with KC, and now with no Devontae Adams, who's their number 1 guy? They're going to have to trade for a receiver. I don't know what they're going to do. So we'll see, though. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm not seeing any more news. No more news right now. There's nothing happening. Nothing is happening right now. Ray says we need number 1. Devontae is a 1A. I think he's the number 1, dude. I'm having early pre-draft day butterflies already. Please make the right picks, Howie. Like I said, it's going to be a very exciting draft, but it's going to be really terrifying at the same time. Larry says, Ray Fuso, Devontae has the potential to be a top 5. I think he has definitely the potential to be a top 5 receiver, 100%. Brandon Ayuk had 2 seasons around 800 yards. I think the 49ers would be fine with trading him and keeping Debo because I would give up a second for him, and he has good yak and is physical in the run. Yeah, I agree. Man. I've always liked Brandon Ayuk. Rowan says, don't be surprised if Chiefs try to trade for a receiver. They've already did. I don't know. Are they still going after receiver at this point? I don't know. I'm not sure what else. They got Juju. They got Valdez-Scantling. They got Hardman. I don't know who else they're going to. I think they're done at receiver. I don't think they're trading for anybody else unless they want to draft another guy this year. I don't know unless they want to move up in the draft. John just, hey, Joey, was the original touchdown based on actual events like yeah, definitely. Yeah. Just search on YouTube, bro. Search on YouTube. It will come up. April 28th is the draft. MB says Howie is talking to the media. He's very much employer of corner a receiver with their top picks and explaining that's why free agency is slow. He's very much implying the corner or receiver in their top picks and explaining why that free agency is slow. Boy, who's he talking? We had an interview today. Darius says, Ray fluid, so you don't need to be 225 pounds to be a receiver one. Rowan says, for one of our picks, that's why I meant. So, oh, you're good. You're good. Maxwell says, should take Malik Willis, Sam Howell with 15, 16 and add them to the QB factory. Tim Slimmy says, should take Malik Willis. Yeah, I don't know, bro. Tim says, Riddler and Willis look interesting, but all things considered, this QB class might be the worst talent-wise since 2013 class. Not totally awful, but I avoid all these QBs like the plague. I'm not into it. I didn't want to trade for a veteran quarterback, and I surely didn't want to go up in the draft for one. But it's always on the table, 50-50 shot right now. As a free agency is slow because guys don't want to come here. And I think it's part of it. I think part of it is, especially at receiver, I think that's definitely part of it. So I agree with some of that. I gotta look at that. If you have Howie's what is he on? Is he on the Philadelphia Eagles YouTube? We will see. Robert says Howie is speaking. Add Wilson and McBride to the offense, and we need to have a great young talent wide receiver group. VJ says, I would trade our full 2022 draft haul for Denzel Ward, Debo, and DK Miles Garrett. Imagine that dream pipeline. Yeah, it'd be kind of crazy. Hassan Haskins is projected to go around the 5th round. Big short yardage, 3 down, running back, 1,400 yards, 5 yards per catch, and 20 touchdowns. Devin says Jermaine Johnson will be one of our picks. I mean, look, we'll see. I mean, I don't know how much they have. I don't know how much interest they have. Like Jermaine Johnson, like I would go Jermaine Johnson over Travon Walker right now. I would. And your said how he can always manipulate the cap to get a guy in the building. They just don't want to be. Yeah, dude. The cap. Yeah, they can manipulate the cap definitely. Like just because we only have 23.1 million, which I don't think we have. But I'm just saying if we have 23.1 million, we can't fit this guy into the cap, so we can't get him. No, like if they want a guy, they can get him in the building. Okay, depending if they want to come here, if that's the case. You could fit guys under the cap, but you just got to make the move. Yeah, I don't know, dude. Walker, I mean, he had 6 sacks, you know what I mean? So I think he should have done more. I don't know. That kind of makes me nervous a little bit. With that defensive line that Georgia had, he only had 6 sacks for the year. He should have did a little bit more than that. That's just me, though. Eagles have 3rd most cap space. With how much? It's not 23.1 million. It's got to be lower than that, right? Because the Eagles have 3rd most cap space, PFF, to be exact. Darius says Howie's trading up from 15 for Garner, trading up from 16 for Garrett Wilson, then trading back from 19 for more picks. We will see. We will see. I do not know, but we will see, though. Saints to bring back wide receiver Traquan Smith. And I don't see anything else right now. I see nothing else right now. So it's another quiet day today. Obviously, there's only so many things that we're going to do as of right now, but we'll see, though. Elbaz says, what's up with DK? We really need him. I don't know, dude. Rowan Kelsey, 32 million cap. I'll send it to your Twitter. 32? How is that even possible? There's no way we have $32 million in cap space. That's got to be wrong. That's got to be wrong. We had 23.1 million a few days ago. There's no way we have $32 million in cap space right now. There's no way. There's just no way that's the case. Then PFF is definitely lying because we definitely don't have 32 million. Yeah, I don't know. That one makes no sense to me. I don't get that one at all. To me, that doesn't really make any sense. Chevy says Cardinals signed offensive line Will Hernandez. Oh, Will Hernandez. Was he the ex-guard for the Giants, right? Wait, was that the ex-guard for the Giants? Or is he still on the team? I don't even know. Biara says Davis, Johnson, and Booth Jr. in first, and Christian Watson in the second round. I'm looking at Christian Watson. If they don't get a receiver in the first round, I'm looking at Christian Watson. I'm not even kidding. I like him so much. Simon says DK said he's ready to step up for his team now. Yeah, and he said that he's good with Drew Lock as his quarterback, which I highly doubt that's even the case. Oh, the offensive line version of Derek Barnett was Will Hernandez. That's funny. Andrew says, what pick in the second do the Birds have? I don't even know where they're at in the second round. It's not too far. I think mid-second round, probably. Something like that. But all right, we have 191 in the chat. We're gonna probably go. We're over like 2 hours, 15 minutes. We're gonna do a short. It's another short one today. Tomorrow we'll have a longer stream tomorrow. But appreciate everybody coming in the stream today. If you guys haven't subscribe to the channel. I'm gonna be doing some other things. Got some membership stuff to do and some other stuff to do. So much love and appreciate everybody coming to the stream today. Check out some of the content. Subscribe to the channel. You won't regret it. Like the stream if you guys haven't either before you leave. It does help out the channel out a lot. But appreciate everybody that joined today and just to hang out. We've been hanging out for 2 weeks and a day of constant streams every day. So tomorrow we'll have another day, probably around the same time, most likely. And we'll definitely have a lot more going on. So other than that, that's pretty much it. You guys have a fantastic day. Obviously, if any news breaks, I'll be back with a stream or, obviously a video. Anything breaks, I'm here. And that's, pretty much it. Okay. So, all right, guys, you guys have a fantastic day, and I will see you guys on the next one. SHAKESQUAD up, follow Sly. Peace out, guys.